All right. We are live, if you can hear us. My mic's a little kind of crazy right now. We are here, Ryan and Joe, checking out over at Bricks and Minifigs over here at Crest Hill. We're going to be building the Bugatti Technic Chiron. From scratch. We've got it all brand new here, all in our lovely little bags, care of Joe. This is one of Joe's sets, right, Joe?
Yeah, I got this over quarantine and just never had a chance to build it.
So, and of course, we were playing it with Joe brought his little his mic over here, his HyperX mic, and I got my crazy snowball thing here that I'm struggling with today. But you guys are welcome to join us. Yeah, the struggle is real. We're riding
First world problems.
Riding the struggle bus all hard this morning. But if you guys want to join us, this link is in the chat here. What? Since when has YouTube blocked the link now? That's different. So if you want the link, just, I guess, message us and we'll try to message you guys back on YouTube or whatever. I don't know if I can try to watch this at the same time or not. But we're going to go ahead and get started here. Joe, if you want to do us the favor, is this actually just one bag for one? Seriously?
No. This is by box. So this is box 1, bag 1, 2, 3.
Really?
Go to box 2 up through 6.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, so I took it out just to kind of see how it all put together. The
Chiron.
Chiron. I like Chiron, but they didn't.
Chiron. Yeah. If only. That would have been a kind of cool name, I think.
Are we ready?
All right. Yep. I guess let's go ahead and start. We're going to tear open the first bag.
Who loves that sound?
Right.
All right. Here we go. So how do you want to do this? You want to just kind of...
We're just going to wing this. We're going to go through. We'll try to sort parts, let you build. We'll kind of swing off. We also have Dave in the house. Dave, our store manager here. You get around Dave with his mic here. And then Christopher, my oldest son, is kind of hanging out. What's up, DK? Hanging out.
We'll get going here. So
hopefully you can hear us okay.
I did get a few. I don't think we need to know everything, but whenever they do the nice thing where they give you the whole bag in one, you get that number.
All right, so I think what I'm going to try to do is try to get a long view of the table, if I can. Pardon the crazy cords. There we go. That's better. So you can see everybody. And then if I could just get my mic up and out of the way.
Ooh,
mostly.
Like that guy. I'm so glad they made that little garbage truck where you got some extras of these. That's a newer part.
There we go. I'm going to try to leave this up here. There we go. Now my mic is mostly out of the way. Good day for building, absolutely.
Where are you streaming this from? YouTube?
This is on YouTube and Facebook currently. And if you guys want to join us, you guys are welcome to build some other stuff with us or just kind of hang out and talk. If you do want to chat, just let us know. We can get you the link. It is in Facebook currently. I wonder if I could just...
Copy and paste.
Well, I'm going to take out the HTTPS. Or maybe if I space it.
Trick it.
There we go. That worked. So if you guys just take that link and delete the spaces in between, then you should be able to join us live here. We're going to be rocking out on the table here. I don't mind the fact that my head is so big right now because I'm literally a foot away from it.
It's not any bigger than normal.
I know, right? It's so inflated this week. No, I'm just kidding. But for those of you guys that are joining us, we did get a lot of really good stuff in today, which we're going to be really excited to share with you guys later. But I can say we did get a lot of new Clone Wars stuff in. And some really good boxes. Not new, like not new in box, but very, very good stuff. We got a lot of good Star Wars figs. I know a lot of you guys have been asking about them. And Kurt, I do have your list still, so don't worry about it. I will let you know. And then we also got a lot of modulars in today. We got about 5 modulars in, including the Cafe Corner and the Green Grocer. So we are going to be looking those over today to make sure that they're as complete as we can get them for you. And I believe they are 100%. Unfortunately, none of the sets do have instruction manuals with them. So we're going to be digging through and probably ordering those before we let them go. But yes, I can say that we do have the Clone Wars era turbo tank that's going to be available, hopefully, as long as it's all there. We have some of the old Wolfpack troopers and stuff like that that are included. We have Darth Malgus and his ship with his Sith troopers. We've got some of the Battle of Endor set, at least the majority of it. The original trilogy Millennium Falcon, if you guys were looking for that one. And yes, Liam, you did hear Clone Wars. And as far as I know, I think we have about 30 extra clone troopers that do not belong to a set that will be available once we get through them all. Actually, Dave, you want to grab me that tub over there? Or Chris, you want to grab me the tub of figs?
He can't even wait. He's got to show you.
I got to show you at least some of the stuff we got in.
Asked me to come in and build, and then he just pulls out.
Oh, we're doing both. We're doing both. No.
Jar.
Fork it over.
Star Wars.
No, he wants the bin.
Like 75% of that is Star Wars, Dave.
All right, so
He's paying to touch it. He wants to touch it.
I want to touchy-feely. So, of course, we've got some of the new commanders. The commanders. So we've got Commander Cody. He's in. This is the one that a lot of people have been asking us about. And yes, he is very expensive now, as far as figures go. Phase 2 Captain Rex. Which I don't know why it's not wanting to focus at all on this, because it hates me. But that's Phase 2 Captain Rex. Technically, he was both, even though it was short-lived. We do have even some old Knights figures and shields. Kit Fisto. We have, I think, all of the figs from the Palpatine's Arrest set. So we got Kit Fisto and Mace Windu hanging out here. How much will the turbo tank be? We don't know how much any of them are going to be yet until we can go through them and verify that all the figures and stuff are there.
This is literally just a teaser.
Yeah, this is a little teaser for what we got going on. I mean, look at all these figs. I mean, I'm not even kidding you. It's a full tub of figures that we have going through, and there's clones. There's a couple of Ahsokas in here, and no, not the Rebels one. So no, you don't have the super expensive one. There are, I mean, Camels. This Camel's $30, by the way. It only comes in one set. It's a Prince of Persia set.
This one doesn't spit though.
It does not spit. Nope. I'm trying to see if I have any other. I know Pre Vizsla's in here as well. He's hanging out somewhere. Lots of the Bear. What, you're a Toy Story fan? So there's a lot of other figs and stuff that are in here that are coming your way. Once we get done with the stream today and kind of get through it. Thank you to my wife and my boys for hanging out today and helping clean our room and sort up everything. Of course, you know, a little fight. Now you can look at these, Dave. Now that I showed them off. Dave's been itching to go through this bin. Just know that a lot of those are for sets. It's heavy.
Well, that's why I don't. There's one of them I want. I gotta wait because I don't know what the set's gonna be like, so I don't want to take the figure from the set.
And I think we're just gonna start calling you Broken Toe instead of Dave. David Broken Toe. It's
I'm
like
not
you're
showing you guys on the live stream. That's not how this works.
Yep.
It's all my fault, though.
I don't really want to see you broken.
Trust me, it look worse someday.
Yes,
That's
DK,
all
we
right.
are open. We are open to the public. You just have to wear a mask if you're in our public space. And we are open regular store hours, which is 10 to 7 Monday through Friday, 9 to 8 on Saturday, and 10 to 6 on Sunday. We are completely open. We do have our bulk bricks open. We do have our minifig table open as well, which actually has a brand new amount of minifig parts in there. We just added 4,000 parts to it yesterday, thanks to our San Antonio store.
Who counted?
Who counted?
Who counted
San
the
Antonio.
4,000?
I trust them.
Oh, okay.
And when will those sets be available? As soon as I get a chance. Unfortunately, I've been here most of the time by myself. So while taking calls and trying to build things and everything else, things have taken a while. So we're working on it. But of course, we know that a lot of people have been looking for those Clone Wars sets. So I'm going to try my best to get those out next thing. So I would expect the next probably 2 or 3 days that they'll be routinely available. Just make sure you guys keep an eye on our Facebook page because that is where they're going to be posted. They're in our Instagram. So keep an eye out because there's going to be some really good stuff out there. Okay. So Joe, which step are we on over here, sir?
Sure. Page 27.
Page 27.
We're setting up. Essentially, we're going to start with the gearbox
Oh, the
assembly.
funnest part.
Yeah. So it's going to be. This is the bottom.
Okay.
So we're going to start kind of building the platform. Then we'll start going up with all the gearbox and everything else.
Okay. Can everybody hear both of us okay? Because we actually each have our own mic right now, so you might even hear a little echo. We're not sure. But if it sounds okay, just let us know.
Yeah, it's definitely an echo when we listen to ourselves, so we try not to do that. That's why you got the headsets on.
What are you trying to do, Dave?
Looks like I'm holding up your mic.
Such a good claw.
Forced perspective.
Now my boys are here now too. They're all hanging out. You know, there's Christopher and there's Nicholas hanging out right there. Nicholas right there. He's crazy. And then Michael's over there. He's crazy too. Those are my boys.
A lot going on.
Yes, Kurt, I will. Kurt, you are the first on my list, sir. I've got your list, and I will let you know what I have of yours. And if you're interested in anything, I will let you know. All right. Where are you at? What can I help you start?
Here, make one of those.
Here? Make one of those. Okay, so we got one of these guys. We got a fiber, it looks like. 2 black pins. That's it. Just let's do it that way.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a couple of these.
4 black pins. So we are going to try to get through as much of this as we can. If not finish it.
Try to get through the first book. I think that would be a pretty good.
Well, how long do you have today? What's the question?
I got to go home and rescue the dog at some point.
Ah, dog. Come on, Joy. I beat you already. I'm just kidding.
You got one? Perfect.
Alternating with one on the end. Dunzos.
So these are just like the side pairing kind of thing.
Okay. Good?
Yep.
Okay. Moving on to we're on page number 30 right now. And if you guys want to join us live, feel free to hop in. The link is further up in the chat, and you can hop in with us. If you want to discuss or just build, we can add you in and see what you guys are building and working on too. And maybe we'll have some special guests later. Who knows?
You never know.
Who never know who's going to stop by at Bricks and Minifigs.
So during quarantine, how much video did you record? Do you have any idea?
For our live streams?
Yeah, for your live. You did it like every day, right?
Well, I think we've got I think we're at 70. Well, if you include the 5 that did not actually make it to live because we recorded some.
You had some that recorded. Okay.
Or didn't record, sorry. I want to say we're at 75 videos, roughly.
Okay.
I know the majority of them are about an hour, but we did have a couple, like the one where we ran with Jessica from Lego Masters.
Yeah, I remember
that one took about 2.5 hours, with the half hour in between that was kind of flubbed because of all the audio problems that
we were still figuring it out.
having. Yep. Green problems. I've got this guy over here made up for you.
You got one?
Yeah, I've got this side if you want to do that side. Or did you do the same thing? I'll flip it around.
See, we're just going to have to figure out each other's flow here.
Yeah, that's fine. All I got to do is flip the one piece around. That's all it is. Wait, you put that on the wrong side. It's backwards. Just see, I made the other one. See, I fixed yours, Joe, and then you messed up mine. This is what's going on. This is unscripted television here, folks.
I usually build with. I'm kind of in my own little
I got you. You go. So we're good?
Yep.
All right, going on to page number 32. Oh, that's easy. Here, I'll start working on 33. How about that? I'll start prepping it and get it ready. Can I have one of the 13 longs in there?
There you go.
Thank you. We to answer your question, I want to say it was probably close to 100 hours that we were live over the break. This actually is our first live since we reopened because we had a lot of stuff in this room, and as you can see, thanks to my lovely family, our room is now clean for the most part.
All the boys just took everything home, huh?
No, actually, I have a lot of my sets that were finally taken out of here, so that took a little while. So those are now in the van getting ready to go home.
Yeah.
But then, of course, I had to fix my basement so I could put them away.
So you put them away.
So I have a lot of work today, especially after fixing the toilet and everything else this morning. So that was always fun.
Boy, you did have quite the morning.
I did. Did you get this one already? Just a little piece right there in the front.
2 of those. One on this side.
No, just one.
Just one?
Just one.
Oh, okay.
Un.
Sweet.
On the black side, yep.
All right.
All right, moving on to page 34. We're cruising. All right, you start doing that. I'm going to start building the full assembly there. Can we have one of the boxes, the Technic boxes?
The third member.
Thank you.
Oh, you want to build it?
Well, I'm doing this one. They're completely different boxes.
Okay.
You should. Yep. There you go.
So this will be the third member, kind of the transaxle between the rear wheels, and it'll have part of the drivetrain incorporated.
That's interesting. So with this, part of the instructions is actually having you specifically insert this from the inside out so that the drivetrain does not fall apart.
Yeah, they're smart like that. because that's the one thing with Technic. Like you gotta.
I like this new blue gear. This is nice. I shouldn't say new. I guess it's new work.
Well, yeah, it's only a year old.
Because you figure
this was the first set I had it in, but then they did that little garbage truck, that little $10, $12 set.
Yes.
You get a couple of them in there,
Yes.
which helps out. And then I'm hoping that nice new gear they put in the Lieberman will come out in some more sets.
The good old Lieberman, which by the way is available for sale right now, $400 certified.
It's a good set.
It is an awesome set. Thank you for letting us build that last time. It was
a
fun.
good one.
I've had a lot of people ask me about that.
I made a few modifications. I felt like the treads were a little loose.
It's all
so
that.
I had to kind of fix that up a little bit. What goes in between here? You need two of these.
It looks like it's sandwiching. Yeah, those were on yours. You didn't
And
have
see
that.
them on the seam.
Shame. For shame.
All right, so this is the rear end.
Okay, and then I'm doing your little side lock assemblies here.
This is one random lime green.
You got to fit it in somewhere. Little known fact, if you are on the Star Wars design team for Lego, they actually have a little challenge to try to include a pink piece into every set. And if whoever does in the final build design, everybody else buys them a cake.
They get a cake.
They get a cake for hiding a pink brick in a Star Wars set.
I always wonder why they kind of do that. Some of those filler bricks, I'm like,
Oh, I got to forget what the gray ones you got it.
kind of weird that they plug in some of those random colors. Like you don't see them, you're the only person who knows they're there.
They're there. Yep, until you get them in there.
But at the same time, it's kind of a weird idea.
Since this is all like add-ons to yours, I'm just going to start laying them out step by step
Making
here
some
for you.
sub-assemblies.
Yep.
That'll work. We need one of these guys.
Get two of them.
And
That
they're
makes sense.
just, they're not attached to anything, though. They're there. They don't have a pin.
They're just straddling over it right now because then the 7 length is going to go through. Hi, Nicholas. You want to say hi to everybody?
Hi. I'm Nicholas, of course. I'm a 6-year-old.
You're a 6-year-old?
You're a 6-year-old?
Yep. He's my 6-year-old.
Yeah. I was only 5, and that was my birthday, and I'm 6.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Isn't that nuts how that happens?
Also,
Oh.
okay. Well, my mom is going to put me in prison, but kind of.
So, Joe, this next part, we're doing doubles. We have to do 2 first.
Okay.
So, if you want to build one, I'll build one.
So we're doing left
It's a whole
and right,
sub-assembly.
essentially?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, no, I guess it is left and right, but
So this is going to have our hub here at the end, and then our shock attachment point as well. That'll be good.
it's a very interesting small design. So, we've already got your base. Oh, you're good. You started that one. That's okay, Joe. I got you.
See, we'll just figure it out as we go. Need another
Totally unscripted.
one of these guys.
DK says, hello, Nicholas. Yes, my boys are actually helping out today. As I said earlier, I'm usually here by myself. But because we had a chamber meeting this morning, as I am the Crest Hill Chamber president, and then hanging out with Joe doing this build, I asked my wife to come in with my boys to help do some stuff and take over the store for me so I can have some fun. Some much needed fun. Okay, boys. You gotta
They're
be quiet.
excited.
Nick is excited about everything all the time. Nick wants fish now.
Fish.
He wants a
like
fish.
A pet fish.
He wants a pet fish, a blue pet fish, and he wants to name it what, Nicholas? Sonic. That's right. Sonic the Hedgehog,
Sonic
the fish.
The fish.
Yeah.
Can I have one of
No,
those too,
but
please?
Joe, it's like also.
I love that everything
Because
gets
they're
a sound
super
effect.
fast. Yes.
Yes.
Well, that's also how you know they're my kids. 'Cause
Yeah.
I make, as many of you know, I make sound effects for everything.
What?
I do know Sonic when he collects all.
I remember.
When Sonic collects all of the rooms.
Yeah, I remember getting the original Sonic 1 with my Sega Genesis.
There's no original Sonic. What are you talking about? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
The original.
Dun, 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 dun,
Before
dun, dun.
he even had the spin attack, I had Sonic.
Can I have one of those teas? Teas?
Yeah, but
And that was a big battle when I was a kid. Is do
Before
I
he
go
had
for
a spin attack? I
Sonic?
thought he always had a spin
He
attack.
did not. In the original, he does not have the spin
Are you
attack.
sure?
I am 100%
Because the first level would have been Green Hills
he
Zone
spins
Area
in
1.
the air. So when you jump, he does
Right,
this
he
little
jumps.
animation. But you can't duck and spin like pew. You can't take off. You had to hit those little springs to be able to get going. Yeah.
No.
I know it's hard to believe, but somebody fact check me on that. Look up Sonic, the original Sonic.
I've got it at home. I
The
was going to take a
Sega
look.
Genesis Sonic 1, not for resale.
Not for resale.
That came with the
Can we get another seat?
with the Genesis.
Hey, don't bang up things in here, please.
What you got, buddy?
So yeah, if any of you guys at home want to join us, feel free to. Let me see if I can get the link up here again. All you have to do is delete the space between the HTTP and the StreamYard.
This one here for a second here.
And then you can actually join us live. We'll get you on video and audio, and we can answer your questions, and you can build with us. Maybe have some fun. You know, we talk about our build. You can talk about yours, and have some fun with it.
All right. So
I'm trying to collect all these parts here to one of these. Need a fiber and one of those. Holy cow, that's a lot.
You know when Sonic collects all the chaos symbols?
Uh-huh.
And all the
You get to continue when you get the chaos symbols, right?
Super Sonic.
You become Super Sonic. There's a code for Sonic 3 where you can start the game with Golden Sonic.
Yep.
Super Sonic.
I don't remember what
Super
it is.
Sonic.
But I remember you could do it.
There was a thing about it, like you had to do it. Yeah, there was a whole. Actually, it was a whole thing before the little plane thing showed up at the front, the symbol.
You'd have to do.
You had to do the whole code, and you heard the.
All I
like
can
the
think of
little,
right now is the Konami
noise.
code. There was
Yes.
definitely a code.
And you had to do it before that, and it ended up being like it was very close to that though, because but of course the Sega Genesis had an A, B, and C buttons, so it was a matter of like up, down,
A, B, A,
left,
C,
left,
A, B, B.
right, A, C, something, start. I think there was still a start option.
See if
at the end.
anybody knows that code.
Yeah.
A, B, A, C, A, B, B. That was the code that got me in so much trouble as a kid.
I'm gonna have to think about that
You
one.
have to think about it. Give it a
It's
thought.
been a long time since I played Genesis. Nicholas, what are you doing?
Why
You
am I
want to
not-
show them your
I'm not
robot?
lining up here. Let's see. So this needs
I'm trying to figure out what's going on with it. Oh, because this is supposed to go through that way. That's why. I put the blue pin wrong.
See, it wants this to go through here, but then I'm one off. Oh, this is too high. That's what I did. This is one too high. So let's fix that. We need to go down.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You think so?
I think that's it.
Yeah, that looks right. Mine was, I had these.
Yay. Nice, technic, crazy assemblies that don't make any sense until you put it all together.
I had mine one stud too high. Okay, so
Can you go
where am I at now? So we got.
All right. So are we good? Are these matching? They look pretty good to me. Okay.
Yep. All right. So now we got to do some more.
Assuming that this is still double, so we have to double up everything
Yep.
still.
Joe, look at this. This is Snowball.
Well, that's not Sonic. Where's Sonic at? We were talking about Sonic.
Now we're talking about.
So to make this a little easier on
Now
me,
we're talking about Minecraft now, guys.
No,
I
it's
am-
Minecraft. I can't keep up.
trying to let some parts out of Joe's way, so I'm not in his way.
Which one? Like how you build a snowball.
So we got 5. We've got that. We've
It's
got
like
that.
2 snow blocks, like
Gray,
at the bottom
1
and
black, 1 red, 2 of those.
in
Okay.
the middle, and a pump, like a jack-o'-lantern, like doesn't have any lights in it. On top of the snow.
Oh my.
Then you make a snow god.
I see. When it comes to Minecraft, I just figured
Don't
out the
know.
whole portal thing. How to make the portal.
Oh,
My 9-year-old really wanted to go.
City.
crazy.
And then we built the portal, and it's literally just a room with lava. Like there's nothing. Like everywhere you go,
Lava.
lava.
It's the
Lava, lava, not the lava.
So,
lava,
like,
lava,
if I tear that one down and build it somewhere else, is it in a different place, or does it take me back to that same cavern?
Dun, dun, dun. Who knows?
I'm on the wrong build.
You teleport in the same place.
It goes to the same place every time.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of a bummer. I want to go somewhere else.
That's very interesting.
I got to figure out what orientation I was in. I said
Also,
so we got
you
that going that way.
can make
You take a look at mine?
iron golem.
Where's the one in between? There we go. And then facing in. There we go.
Looks good. Looks good. Yep. Okay. So now we're gonna add the hubs, the 2-part hubs. Look at these disc brakes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a newer part.
Yes, it is.
Because what did they use in the Porsche? Do you remember?
You guys have any SpongeBob sets? I asked before. DK, we actually just got in one of the a used was it the Krabby Patty place? The Krusty Krab. There you go, Krusty Krab.
Krab.
But it is, as far as I know, it is missing pretty much everything else but the building. So it is very empty. It's like one of the old modular sets. They were very empty inside.
Yeah. I was kind of disappointed when because I'd only built the newer ones and I did the Grand Emporium. I was like, wait a minute, there should be another 30 pages here. But no, it just kind of stops.
Can I have another one of the little CVX lines? Where are those hiding?
It's in this pile here. It's right there.
Oh, there it is.
All right.
Thanks,
Let's
sir.
actually look at what we're attaching here. So this goes this direction. And we are attaching to here. I'm assuming on the very end. So let's go that route.
Yeah, it's kind of what it looks like. Hello.
So we got that one there.
Yeah, I think eventually this is supposed to attach here.
Yeah, we're going to have some shocks going on
Yeah.
here somewhere. All right.
This is our assembly so far for each, I'm assuming, are the front wheels.
So this is kind of the upper and lower control arm.
Actually, no, these are probably the rears because there's no
These are the rears.
steering. Yeah, these are still the rears.
So this is like the upper and
Lower control arms. Yep.
You got the hub, the brake pad.
And now we're going to be assembling the
We use some of these CV joints
driver
here.
5.5er.
And that'll hold the wheel kind of in place while we're sticking
I really
everything
like
onto
these
it.
CV axles. I'm not going to lie. I love using these CV axles. CV axles are really nice, by the way, too, because you can pretty much set them at almost any angle. And as you turn one, it will turn the other one pretty smoothly. Obviously, the more of an angle you go to, it gets really difficult. And eventually you get to about I would say, if you're doing the acute to obtuse angle or acute to obtuse angles, it's like 120 degrees and up to 180. It's kind of like the range.
Yeah, it's got a range.
It does not
If
work
you go
90
beyond
degrees.
it,
90
it's,
degree, you need to use gearing.
And they're not. They can't handle a ton of torque because you got to think everything's transferring through that one little plastic pin. And I've snapped quite a few of those. That's my problem with my LEGO pneumatic engine is that.
Is it literally just feeding through like that?
Yep, it's feeding through, and then you're going to put that in
Attach
there, and then you're gonna need one of those. And then we're going to build the mirror for the other side.
And a lock. Oh, where'd it go? I thought you
A lock.
The blue pin. I need a blue pin.
3-long pin with friction.
With friction. Yeah, friction pins. See, so now you have your nice little control arm. So it keeps
We're gonna go one way.
your wheel straight as your shock is moving up and down, which we have yet to attach. So it's coming later. Please. Okay.
So we're going to do
fiber
lower attach point. That works there.
Just going over the
This should skip
top.
one.
Okay, and then another. This is the rear.
And this guy's going to stick through there.
This one blue and red.
It's interesting that they used. What's that?
Red pin. I don't see an extra red pin. Are we missing a part?
Unless I put it on prematurely. I got mine too.
Did you put that one on? Is that one supposed to be on right?
Yeah.
Is there? That one's.
There you go.
Do you have orange on the one side now? Oh, you do. Okay. Yep. That's it.
These are supposed to be this.
Joe's hogging all the parts.
Go back one more time.
Just to make sure.
That's the thing with Technic. You gotta stop every once in a while and make sure.
Just make sure it's right.
Because like I built that that UniLUG back in the day, and I messed it up. I built the whole thing, and I had messed up the orientation of the differential right in the middle of the build, and I had
really?
to take it like probably 70% apart to get back to that.
That sounds terrible.
It took me.
I wish it
a long
upon
time.
no one ever.
So since then, I don't wait till the end. Always check as you're going along.
Yeah, the hardest part is when you're building Technic. If you screw up, it is a very, very long and hard way to go back and fix it.
It is not a.
It's not easy.
And some of those older builds, it was almost impossible because they would put a part into a build where you couldn't get it out. They quit doing that a while ago when they finally realized that. But they would.
There you go. Another. This is
They would have you
a
put
lot
pieces
easier.
in a way that you couldn't get them out without like a pair of pliers.
Yep.
All right, you are good.
I think
Smells
so.
like food in here.
Yep.
What are you eating?
David went and got food.
A fried
Yes.
pickle.
Just so everybody knows, we are completely open. We've had a lot of people call and ask. We've been open for 6 weeks now completely. Unfortunately for us, we do not have any birthday parties or anything going on. And we are working on still trying to get some other events started because we miss seeing everybody. I mean, that's the honest answer. We miss seeing a lot of people.
Ooh, this is going to be an interesting way to put the CV in, or the differential.
Oh, yeah?
We have to hold
Yeah?
it while we stick the each hub on.
Oh, this is fun.
So this is going to go in here.
All right, so this is. I'm going to grab the camera here real quick. So this is what it's showing us to do.
So here's our 3 bits, but we got to hold this in the correct orientation that whole
All of a sudden, it
time.
just got super dark. There it goes.
All right, so I'm going to do this one. Shove that in there.
Do you need assistance? I will say, Joe, I do like the fact that your microphone glows red when it's on.
It does, and I have a mute on there, so I know what's going on.
That is not a photo thing. It is actually glowing red. That's a cool mic.
All right, so let's push that in there. Okay.
You got the one side? So now he's
It's a
going
little
to
bit tricky because you got to line up.
marry them all up together
You
and
gotta
line
line
them
it
up
up
so it's
with
straight.
the gear, and then you got to kind of compress
Fit
in
it
there.
together.
All right,
So
I bet now
theoretically, we
we're
have a rear end differential and
we have the third member. This guy right here would be called the third member. That kind of would run. This would be inside of a differential case in a normal car. Then you got your drive axles coming out to your control arms.
wait, drives in the rear.
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding.
I think
It is.
it is.
I actually, if I remember
You
right,
got it
I believe this is actually 4-wheel drive.
Yes, this one is going to have front and rear, and it's all time. It's not like the Land Rover where you can disengage it.
Yeah, lame.
But you
I want to
kinda do that with a
have
car that-
fun with those.
A car that light, the real version, that light with over 1,000 horsepower, you're going to have to get as much to the ground as possible.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we can kind of start to line this up. And I'm going to make a quick change to the instructions.
Okay.
I think when they did the real scale one, they did the same thing.
So because we mirrored these, now I've got one pointing in, one pointing out, and I don't like that.
Mirrored them.
I like this symmetry.
Oh, you're talking about because we had them built the same way.
Yeah, because they tell you to build
Yeah, you know, that's one weird thing I noticed about that. Why build them the same way when they should just be
Well, it
symmetrically
saves on
built?
paper because then you don't have to do the whole other build. So I get that part, but I want them to be symmetrical.
So I'll put a note in. Put a note on the other side. I've already got your stash here for 43.
Oh, you're the good man.
I just didn't assemble any of it together because it's got all the pins and stuff here.
So this is going to be kind of like our stopping point.
Stash 2.
We'll do that one on that side.
So you got right, the lights right below the long right
Yeah.
axle there.
And then just a standard axle or standard pin.
And then your offset is on the front too. So you got it on the front and the rear.
Hold up.
Hold it. Wait a minute. You put them on the wrong part.
No, I put them into the wrong. I added the 2 sets.
You put you put the white on the black instead of the white on the red or the white on the blue.
Yeah, there we go.
Where does the other one?
So that one goes here, and then this one
Go see that one.
goes to this one. But
Joe's screwing up. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm having fun. I'm not-
DK.
I'm not speed.
What I can say is that we have the Palpatine's arrest set that is mostly damaged, but we have all the figures. We have the turbo tank that came in. I couldn't tell you exactly which version it is off the top of my head because it was kind of in a rush before we got the stream going. We have Darth Malgus, but that's old Republic technically. We have the AAT? Is that the blue tank? If I remember right, the AAT tank.
Yes.
So we have the AAT tank. That one I believe is complete, but I think it's missing one of the blaster arm battle droids, super battle droids. We do have 2 of them, but I think it's missing a 3rd one. There's appears to be a couple of the Geonosian fighters. I believe Dooku's ship is in there as well as one of the fighters. There's a tri-fighter in there from the droid tri-fighters. The Embaran Walker. In this other lot too, we also have some of the other walkers with the Wolfpack troopers and the cannon. And then I can't remember what the other spider one was. It almost has like those knuckles on it. So I would say there's probably about 12 sets, but we got over like 140 minifigures in from Clone Wars. So we're gonna have a lot more figs and sets. Oh, and we also got the drop ship in the ATOT. That's the big one. And if you're not familiar with that, it's a huge. If you know what the clone gunship looks like, it's about twice the size, and can carry the ATOT, the ATTE, or the AT.
It comes with one of those.
It comes with the ATOT. But it can also carry the ATTE and the AT.
How are the stickers on that one? Because that had those old.
You know what? It was in pieces.
Oh,
So that one is going to take the dropship is going to take a little while to get to put that together because I know the ATOT is literally in like 100 different chunks. But the main frame of the dropship is there, and the nice thing is it is not yellowed at all. It is still nice, pure white, which is really good. The hardest part about that ship is it does come with a huge sticker sheet with 2 different sticker sets, and we do not have any of the extra stickers. I don't even know if they actually apply them, so they might be sticker free, which I would be okay with, honestly, because then you could do whatever you want or make your own graffiti on it and have some fun.
So we're going to.
We do not have prices for any of those yet, DK. We just took them in a couple huge lots today and yesterday, literally right before the stream started.
You're teasing everybody.
Yeah, I have to tease them. They gotta wait. But we are gonna try to get through it as fast as we can to try to get them out and available to you guys, so you guys can get your pickings. But I will tell you, they will not last long. Once I put them up, you have about 24 to 48 hours to claim your sets, and they will never see them again for probably another 6 months. Because Clone Wars is super in demand right now, especially with the return of Ahsoka and Mandalorian. The possible return of either Captain Rex and or Boba Fett in The Mandalorian. And then they have the new Clone Wars spinoff series, The Bad Batch, which I believe is starting next year. Assuming everything else can go okay and Dave Filoni and his crew can keep on going with that. And speaking of Dave Filoni, I don't know if you knew this, Joe. Dave Filoni was also one of the lead, I believe, directors on Avatar: The Last Airbender for Nickelodeon.
Okay.
And it is now the #1 longest lasting top slot show on Netflix.
It's a lot better than the movie.
Yes, it is. It is. Oh my gosh, it's 1,000 times better than the movie. I have not seen Legend of Korra at all yet. But a lot of people are asking, like, oh, well, this is book 1 water. Like, when are we going to get the rest of the books? Because there are 4 books, and they've never brought on the other 3 books for Avatar. I'm kind of sad about that. Because it was always water, I think. Unless they shortened the books. I can't remember. And then we have to double check. But we're watching it right now.
All right.
We're going through it.
I'm not feeling good about something here.
What's wrong?
I think you or I, one of us used the wrong. Yep, that one right there. All right.
Is there? What happened?
All right. See this? See that right there? This is opposite of that one. So things are meshing together. So this should be attached like that.
It's probably mine.
I think.
I'm not gonna lie. It was probably me.
All right. So we're gonna have to see.
Oops.
That's why you gotta check it as you go. All right. So let's. I think I can take.
I swore I had it right though.
Take that off.
Because I grabbed this piece for that though.
Here, it'll just take a second.
Because this should plug right into the vehicle.
We need to remove the bottom.
See, if you do it in chunks, you can actually put it back together pretty easily. But the question is how big of a chunk can you take off? And do you remember how to attach it on? That's the question.
Pull that off. I can't let go or this whole thing's going to come apart. But okay, there we go. Aha, there we go.
Nice and snug. There's a bug in a rug.
Because I was putting it on there, I was like, something ain't gelling here. Okay, there we go. That's good. All right, so now we can
So thank you guys for joining us. Like I said, if you guys want to, you guys are absolutely welcome to hop on the stream with us and hang out, talk a little bit. We can get you on a headset so we can hear what you are saying, and I can relay that information over to Joe or whatever. We do have our our handy dandy headsets as well, just on hand. But of course, we are open and live, so you may hear many other things in the background from either one of our mics. Joe's probably picks up a little less than mine because I think you control the directionality.
Yeah, I put it on cardioid, so it's only picking up me. I can change it, and then it'll be like the whole room, or I can make it.
I tried to see if the app for ice would do that for the snowball, and it does not.
It does not.
But the original snowball, not the ice,
I don't think it's
has an option for it.
I don't
Switch
think
to
it's a
that.
software thing. I think it is a mechanical thing. I might be wrong, but
Yeah.
All
Well, I know that they talk about how many springs and they also are inside, the sensors and stuff are inside, and yours actually has a built-in pop filter inside the mic as opposed to
yeah, so
outside,
that's
which is different.
The glowing of red.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's a red. It might be just a white glowing through that foam. Okay, here we go. So now all this can go back on. We're almost caught up.
Hi, Nicholas. Yeah, some of my boys and stuff are hanging out today. We're having some fun.
So that's whole thing.
He's fine.
This is the whole thing.
I don't know. He's not here.
As long as he's in the building.
Not available yet. We have to process it all still. Just let him know. It'll be another couple days probably before we have everything ready.
All right, that's back to normal. Okay, back on this
Are we
side.
back on track now?
Yes, we are back.
So now you're in need of this and 2 of these. Assuming everything else is good.
There's that guy. These are gonna come.
6 of those.
Oh no, they're going in. And that guy there.
No, number 52 is right here.
Okay. And then these are going.
Children don't win. Let me get these for you.
Short.
Trying to hold on the instructions because it's a little hard for Joe to see around the corner here.
We got to get halfway through the book and it'll start leaning the other way.
DK, the only troopers that we have in are the ones that we just got in for those clone troopers. Like I was just telling my wife who's running the store right now, we should have most of all those sets either at least announced or sorted by tomorrow and get the minifigs available that are extras. We just have to make sure we have enough for the sets so we can complete the sets up.
All right.
So then you got 2 of the 7s, which you have over there. For this, you already have the 2 little ones, right?
Yep,
So
those are
this-
done.
yeah, so the 2 7s,
That's lining up.
all the blue pins in the
Wait,
interior. Yep. Which should be sticking to the top. You got it. So yes, the clone troopers should be available. The loose troopers and figs should be available tomorrow. The sets are probably going to be another couple days, just because some of them did come in multiple parts and chunks that we may have to tear them all apart and rebuild them all. So it's going to be fun. I like your stand a little bit better. Where did you get your stand from?
I got it. What is that place called? Amazon.
If you look, so this is the one I'm using, which is a little single dual spring, and then Joe's got a twin arm.
Yeah, it
that
was
goes
like
up.
$30.
So it's a little more sturdy.
Was it made by Pile or something like that? But it came with an XLR cable, so I actually had to desolder the XLR cable to get it out. And I was like, I'll just run my USB through, but I don't want to desolder the USB. So it's just on the outside of it. But it was a little bit cleaner, but it is set up for like a professional mic with a mixer and all that. And
I think you can actually run the USB through the channel though.
It's not a channel. It's like literally through it won't fit through the end.
Really?
Yeah. So that was one of the drawbacks.
I think mine might be able to.
Yeah. So
interesting.
I like it.
I always wondered about cord management with that stuff. Is like just trying to get out of the way, but not pinching the cord. It's the hardest thing.
But I move it around so much because when I use it on the desk at home, I have it that side. So we're doing this guy.
Okay. Times 2.
Where does he
You got them
sit?
both?
He sits.
Or do you still need the other one
I
made?
need another one, but I forgot where to put it.
I actually was going through the one of the old Technic helicopters with the cables. I was sending you the photos of. I never realized it was that intensive a build,
And it's very fragile.
and it's expensive. It's an expensive set, and I wonder. I know now. I feel like I was building one of my RC helicopters. I'm not even gonna lie. The gearing, the flex tubes. I was like, this should be
Is it
carbon
the- is
fiber,
it the
but that's
red one?
okay. No.
It's not a red helicopter?
No, I think it's just black. It's a black frame helicopter.
Interesting.
I have most
Because
of them
there's a
back.
red version of that called the Whirlwind I got for Christmas.
Yeah, that one
back in,
is definitely not it.
96.
Definitely not it.
And it's got pitch and yaw, but it doesn't actually, it's not like accurate because it pitches the entire rotor. Yeah, so if it uses like a real helicopter, it would be crazy. It wouldn't work.
Well, that's how I think the other one works. Is that the front and back? It just tilts the swash plate forward and backwards, and that's that. So I don't think it has an actual.
Swash plate.
It has a swash plate, but it's attached.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So
when in
there's like
reality, a
little
swash
ball-
plate
there's
would loose and slide along the main shaft.
In a real helicopter, it actually it's fixed here
Correct.
so that it's pitching and rolling the blades.
Yes.
But in the Lego version, it's moving the swash plate.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Yeah. So for many helicopters, if you ever get into helicopters at all, especially RC ones, there's fixed pitch and there's collective pitch. Thank you. The fixed pitch helicopters basically go up and down based on the throttle that you're using, and then you steer most of it with just the tail. The sad part about it is that they usually do not have any forward and rear steering whatsoever. And then when you get to a collective pitch, the nice thing is you're actually changing the pitch of the blades, not the throttle. So it's not going to put any extra strain on the motor or anything else, but it's going to actually drive it up and down vertically. But then the swash plate then is on a 3-point axis now, and you actually get a full 180 degrees.
Yeah.
And then, of course, then you have the tail to add onto it, which is really fun to fly. And that's why I have 13 of them at home.
Oh man.
I love
that on
them.
backwards.
Oh, see, you did it. I didn't touch the thing for a while.
Yep. It's got to be oriented this direction.
Yeah.
So
I didn't touch it. I didn't do it this time.
hold up.
Joe did it. Hold on. We're going to get the extreme close up. Whoa, Joe did it.
Joe did it. So
Who done it?
we're gonna
Joe
go
done it.
This way. I get the crocodile. Have you seen this the crocodile
Yes.
locomotive?
Uh-huh.
They did something. Lego did a thing.
Uh-oh.
And I don't
know if I like when Lego does things because Lego's been doing a lot of things that I don't
Here's
like lately.
the thing. The instruction
There you go, some
manual
boy.
is printed on black paper.
With white ink.
Well,
print?
whatever color, right. But it's all black. So all of this is it's dark gray.
Oh,
It's
no.
black. Black.
For shame, Lego.
So there was a few times, and it's a very repetitive build. Like you build the middle and then the
Yeah,
two ends of
the two ends of the same.
time.
Yep.
And I made errors because I couldn't differentiate the black.
Okay.
So I had to go back and make some changes. Yeah, so it's printed on black.
It should be a. What'd you do with that? What'd you do with that 5-length axle that you had?
I have it right here trying to push that out.
Oh, I was gonna say, I need
to push
it.
this out.
I needs it, precious. I needs it. He needs it. Can't do that. I
Surprised we
can't
didn't
do
get
the
a
voice
brick
right now.
separator in this guy. To actually use it.
I have brick separators.
There we go.
I got thousands of them.
You do have a plethora.
Oops, sorry.
Here, I need to push this through just a smidgen.
A smidgen.
Brr. So everybody's excited about Star Wars. You got they're all now.
Yeah, dude.
their
Star
blood
Wars is
pressure's all
awesome though.
high.
I want them to be excited about it because I'm excited about it. When it came in, I almost died. I was like, dude, Clone Wars, sweet.
Thank you, One Toe. Is that what we're going with? One Toe?
Broken toe. Hola, broken toe.
You can't walk without toes, right?
You can. It's just not very easy.
I'm sure you can. There's people out there that have done it.
I just got one toe that's messed up.
Did you know that it was old Chinese tradition to wrap women's toes so their feet didn't grow?
Yeah, they like that small foot. They bind it.
Yeah, pound
Kinda
feet.
crazy. And I remember seeing that like
I learned that in my
National
Eastern Asian
Geographic in
history
junior high.
class. It was fun.
It was right next to the page with the people that would elongate their necks.
Yes, with the rings.
Yeah, it'd be like
I can't remember what those tribes were. The tribes were called.
big neck. It was like it's just different.
But they did figure out, like, so they had done some studies on it, and I guess they had found out that if they removed the rings, their necks would break.
They would just fall over.
Because the rings eventually hold all the rest of the weight, and they lose all the.
Yeah, there's not.
Well, and the vertebrae are elongated, and then you don't have any structure to hold it up anymore.
Okay, so now we are going to
Weird things you find out about cultures. What did Broken Toe do? That's what Kurt is asking. What did Broken Toe do?
You want the real
Dave?
story, or do you want the exciting story that we're going to create for you?
There you go. There's your option, Kurt. Do you want the real story, or do you want the fun story?
What had happened was
We're gonna let you decide, and that's the story we're gonna tell, and we're gonna stick to it.
Why not?
So, do you want the truth or do you want the story?
Because the truth is lame.
Truth is really boring.
Of course it's late.
There's no bar fight in the real story.
Don't tell them about
They
the other
didn't
one.
jump
Come
out
on.
of anything moving in the real story.
I mean, I at least had my foot ran over by a car and my foot was fine. It was a pretty cool story. It hurt like heck when the blood came back into it, though. I'll tell you what.
Oh, yeah.
My foot turned purple and red and it was on fire. Well, you never really know how much your blood hurts until it gets squeezed out of your
Well,
flesh and then it
Kinda like
comes back
air,
into it.
Like if you don't realize until you get the air knocked out of you and you're like, oh, oh.
Yeah, right. Where is it? Yes.
All right, that is done.
All right. I need that 5-length bar though that you
I
stole.
already put it back in. It's right here.
Oh, because it. Oh.
I done
Oh,
did
you already
it.
did that one. Okay, never mind. You're ahead of me.
All right.
Oh, the marriage.
Now that you guys learned your lesson, you need to slow the process down so you're not going back.
No.
No.
Why would I do that?
No, we like having fun and having screw ups. So Kurt says both. And he says, did he drop a set on it? No, it's not even that interesting. So
Hold on. How big of a set do
so
I have to have dropped in order for it to be the way it is?
if Dave could correct me here, but essentially Dave dropped or kicked a table and broke his toe. He either dropped it on his foot or he kicked it. Which one was it, Joe? He dropped a table on his foot and broke his toe.
Yeah, I kicked it.
Big toe. He dropped his big toe, broke it. Fun story was, and we're gonna do this in parts. We're gonna play this like telephone. Okay.
We can do it one sentence at a time.
So I'm gonna start this out.
Okay,
Okay.
you start.
So David walked into the Lego store.
And he was very excited. It's your sentence.
And I wound up hitting the big brick display they have right there at the door.
He says he wound up. I don't know if you could hear him or not, but he ended up walking into the brick display in the front of the door.
No, they have like a statue or a big red brick or something.
So he tripped over the display and fell over.
And then the big pirate build tipped as well.
So they're falling in conjunction with each other.
And
Like this.
its sword landed directly on his big toe.
His big toe.
And David said,
I can't say a few things. Some of those things I can't say. I'll
G-rated.
say,
G-rated. Come on.
Ow.
And David said, "Ow,
ow.
ow." That's
It
what
said it
Dave.
like that,
This
too.
is Dave is not good at ad libs. He
Uh,
goes, "Ow,
uh,
oh my toe hurts."
all right. We got a few things that we did not attach earlier.
And that's the other story of how Dave broke his toe.
Okay,
Ow.
these parts make sense on why they're
Dropped
not.
the Millennium Falcon.
While they're extra?
That's right.
We never used these.
30 pounds, right on my chest.
So,
Are we-
I see right where they are. Right there.
On both sides. Yeah, I don't know. We shouldn't have this many extra pins, though, should we? Or are they supposed to snap into that side? Where's that stuff?
Whoops.
Where was that we skipped?
1, 2, 1, 2.
I don't even see that part back here, Joe.
Should be.
Oh, it's way back there. Oh, right there.
Yep. All right. So
Yep.
that's on
Just
the opposite of the green side, right?
opposite of green.
Okay.
Axle inside.
Okay.
Take big pin outside.
We did something goofy with these as well. So let's go back and see what's going on with that.
I didn't do anything with those, Joe.
You're right.
This is DK. This is a very interesting stream now. DK, if you like this stream, you should see some of our other ones. You can find those on YouTube if you just search for Bricks and Minifigs, Crest Hill, which you're currently on, so you should know about that.
Like
we
and
have some
subscribe.
really fun streams, and we actually were hoping we'd have some special guests during this stream, but we'll see what happens.
Okay. Ah.
Well, I'm not
Okay.
special.
I see.
You're
Nah.
not special.
You
Because I hear
smell.
too much.
You smell special.
It's probably all that broken toe fungus.
It's clean.
So he says.
Myria flesh wound.
It has to be clean. You
All right.
can't
so
keep
there's
it
that,
dirty.
there's
You
that.
gotta hold it.
All right. So, boom. Give me a few pages back here.
I'm just holding our spot. It's very interesting that they do this per box and have it separated like that. It's kind of interesting.
It's a little different.
It's different than the Porsche. I built the Porsche 911.
Okay, we got a
That's a
part
pretty
that we shouldn't have an extra of.
So
Right?
a 5-lengther.
These make sense.
Well, we were all the way down here, so let's see.
Could it have been when I was taking it apart, I took it off and then...
And didn't put it back. Did you grab those 2 5s?
Okay, that goes there. This didn't get popped back in. Pop that back in.
Did you get these 2 5s?
Should another axle here.
Here and here.
Hold on. Why is this black and that one?
Yeah, those are different. Mm-hmm. Oh,
I'm just trying to see where the other.
yeah, because this is a bent.
Okay.
And then there's that one.
This is 7.
What's going on with this back here? Why am I feeling
It's
like-
open still.
So that's still open. Missing our symmetry.
Well, there's 2 5s for that.
So,
Did you have those?
did I take that? Yeah. Let's see.
It should be on the. No. It should be over this.
Okay, so that goes.
But you just have 2 of them.
Into 2 of them.
Where did the other one go then?
I put it in the book when I was turning it back.
There's nothing here. Nothing here, sir.
You looking for?
1x5 black Technic beam.
But it does show that you throw a blue pin too.
Yep.
That's right there. But there's a blue pin there.
No, it's on the outside. Blue pen.
But there's a blue pin in the middle.
So this is off one. So there, you can see. There's the blue pin. Here's the black pin.
Right, but these center pins are blue. So the 3 pin in the middle is blue, not black.
There's those 2.
So some of these pins are wrong somehow.
On the green side. Was it shoved all the way through? Did I just do it on the other side? No.
Now we have a problem. What's your favorite Star Wars movie? That's a good question. Dave, what's your favorite Star Wars movie? Not including Clone Wars. You can't do Clone Wars, the animated movie. Real live action movie.
I was thinking that.
Okay, what's your favorite?
Oh, it's kind of hard.
It's like his favorite child. You're not supposed to have a favorite.
But we do. So let's watch it later. What's your favorite?
I think I like Phantom Menace. It's definitely up there.
Really? You go with episode 1?
I think. Well, I don't think I'd make that my official favorite.
Whoa.
Probably in what it means to you, because that was like the newest one when you were interested, right? Because I could understand that because it'd been dormant
okay.
for so long.
Yeah, I mean, because I grew up on the 4, 5, and 6. I mean, I had seen those.
Try to do a piece check here to see.
Well, gotta have one.
Well,
There
the
you go here.
other question is why are these blue in the book and not black?
I sprint.
I don't know. See if there's anything on the
Let me just take a quick look at this. Let me go back a few steps here just to see what's going on.
So if you're missing another one besides that one right there.
Unless they're not parallel on this one, and I put one too many on. That's where it is. It's only two. It's two on this side, and one on the other side. So this one should have two. This is the problem.
That whole piece.
I made it symmetrical. It's not symmetrical.
And those pins aren't probably supposed to be there either. Those pins are probably what goes in the back.
That's probably what goes in the back.
It's
All
supposed
right.
to be black pins, not blue pins.
No, they're supposed to be blue pins, not black
They're
pins.
3 longs. Okay, so go back to the other step there.
Okay, so
See, because I built that crocodile. Now I'm thinking everything should be symmetrical.
and not always the case, which is why you have to watch that setting.
If these are blue, that's super easy. That's just this and then this.
Right.
Blue, blue, and then black.
It's before this. Do you need me to go back to that page, or you?
No,
good?
just quit
You
moving.
The extra pieces should be this. Those 3
Oh, the transmission is in the back, next bag.
There we go.
That's
yeah,
going to be
because they're
fun.
all in gears.
There we go. So then this goes on the outside of the gray. All right, bag 2.
Are we good?
We're fixed.
100%. We're all fixed up
I
now.
made it symmetrical back at step 30 something.
And it screwed it up. So, Joe, what's your favorite Star Wars movie?
My favorite Star Wars movie. Probably episode 3.
Oh,
Yeah, and not even the whole movie, just the last hour.
When
The
Anakin went
younglings
crazy and
and
just started
when he-
massacring everybody.
Because like
Spoiler alerts, by the way, folks.
as a
if you
kid,
have
I
not
saw
watched
Star Wars, but wasn't like super into it. And then when the episode 1 came out, I was like, "What?" Like even the scroll, when the first scroll, and it was like, "Oh, Star Wars!" I was like, "Okay, the Republic and the Federation and the Congress. What's going on?"
Yeah.
And then the next one, I was like, "Oh, that's cool. Like the graphics are great, but I didn't really feel the story." But then the evolution to
I did like the very big. I think it was the very beginning of 3, the big battle scene.
yes,
In space.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was probably the coolest space battle I've ever seen
Right,
in a
yeah,
movie.
that's definitely one of the top ones. I mean, if you look at
I have seen episode 2.
DK says he likes Revenge of the Sith as well.
I've seen episode 2 the most, just because it was in the DVD player and it got like locked. And so
So
it
you were
just,
stuck
every
watching
time
it.
I turned on that DVD player for like 3 or 4 months, it just played, and I just let it play as I was building. So I
you
just had
play
some
when it
noise.
was at your
Yeah,
you play-
exactly.
So just for those of you who are keeping track, we are starting bag 2,
This is
roughly about 50 minutes in. So we're almost an hour in for one bag. So I don't know. I don't think we're gonna finish this off.
these are so cool. You know what these are? These are the bomb right here. This part right here is the shifter. So when it's in line, it pushes this in and out. This is the magic. This makes it all happen.
And this piece is also in the new Bugatti,
Yeah.
or the
This piece is
sorry, the new
is like
Lamborghini.
$6
Is it really?
because I bought a couple of them because I didn't have money for the whole set, so I bought some on Bricklink. Oh, so happy!
All right.
And then you,
For
oh,
me,
this is your
as far as Star Wars goes, it's kind of a toss up. I mean, I do like Empire. Empire was really good, but everybody says Empire. But honestly, Return of the Jedi, Episode 6,
Return of the Jedi is definitely
is my jam, especially because it was the very first movie I ever saw.
Okay.
I was literally a month and a half old.
Are you happy with the changes they made in the re-release and the scene at the end? How do you feel about that? Because I didn't know that existed, and then saw it on
So,
like TBS.
believe it or not,
something.
even the new Blu-rays even made more changes.
Even more changes.
There's more changes.
when
Um,
Ghost Anakin shows up.
So the very first time,
I was
and
like,
what
wait a
he's
minute.
talking about is at the very end when Anakin, Yoda, and Obi-Wan show up. There was, of course, the older Anakin who was the actor who played under Darth Vader, his face, the old guy's face. Which is funny because he was only in those 2 scenes. All the rest of them was actually played by David Prost, right? Somebody, I can't remember his name. And then voiced over, of course, by the one and only
James.
James Earl Jones. So they changed it with the remake with having Hayden Christensen's Anakin Skywalker there instead.
right. To make it
At first, I did not agree with it. I was very against the fact that they even changed such a like why mess with movies? You know, let them be. However,
that is not Lucas's way.
I do agree. Well, it was Lucas who made the change. That was all him before.
It was
all him
before. I know. He made the changes.
So
he doesn't leave it alone.
The other thing, about it though is that it does make sense because that was the last time that Anakin was really Anakin and not Vader. Because the second that the Emperor got to him and he just kind of flipped his lid and started massacring younglings and sand people and everything else, he went downhill. So I'm kind of glad that they kind of incorporated a lot of that into the last season of Clone Wars a little bit. I'm glad that they touched on it and kind of interwove the two together.
At the end of Clone Wars, Obi-Wan and Anakin are going right to that space battle.
Yeah.
Above Coruscant.
Yeah. But I do like Empire though, in the fact that the whole battle on Hoth was awesome.
Each one of them had their redeeming points. Like there's some amazing stuff in each one of the films.
Yeah, well, I mean,
the pod racing scene, like even in Episode 1, like that.
Yeah,
pod racing is definitely one of my favorite things.
Pod racing, it was very interesting in some aspects. It was really fun to watch in the theater. It was very loud in the theater, and I love Lucasfilm and LM's whole thing with recording all these crazy sounds, making their own thing, and using all the old bombers and stuff for the noise. It's just like wah, 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 like the bubbles. Oh my god, it was great. And the fact that I think they used the Ducati motorcycle, if I remember, for Anakin's. It's so great the sound checks and stuff that they do out there with that, but they each have their own things. But I do kind of miss the little flaws of the old ones where like you could see through the cockpit of the snow speeder, and the snow trooper or the stormtroopers were bumped their heads and fell over or whatever in the coming out of the elevator, or the turbo lift if you're an actual Star Wars fan. So and that's why I own like 6 different versions of the movies.
So
I have the original VHSs, I have the THX remastered, I have the digitally edited ones. I've been
So if they had only made one trilogy,
this is why.
If you could only own one trilogy,
the original,
that's the original,
hands down.
Okay.
The sequels, a lot of people bash on the sequels, and a lot of times we've talked about it where the biggest thing that people had was it with Return of the Jedi, not Return of the Jedi. Was it Force Awakens? What was 8?
What?
Rise of Skywalker was 9. What was 8 called? I'm gonna say that. That's why I don't really care about 8 that much.
Last Jedi.
Was it Last Jedi? Yeah, it was Last Jedi.
Last Jedi.
The whole scene with Leia flying out of her starship or whatever, and then flying back. I was really, really upset about until I rewatched Rebels, Star Wars Rebels, and realized that Dave Filoni did it years and years beforehand with Kanan. So I forgave Rian Johnson for that. But I'm not going to lie. After I got done watching Last Jedi, my brother and I walked out and thought that some aliens mind melded us into goop because we had no idea what to make of the movie. After we're done, what did we just see? I don't even know. But I did still see it 3 times in the theater, and I did enjoy it. And I do enjoy it as a movie. Was it nearly as good as the other ones? Absolutely not. I think JJ should have just sucked it up and done all 3 of them. And then we would have the continuity errors where a lot of the characters that JJ brought in got erased by Ryan, and then he introduced his own characters such as Rose. Thank you, Rose Tico. And then when JJ brought it back in, it's like, oh yeah, well you're gonna sideline my characters. Well, Rose could just stay at base now and do some maintenance work because I don't really care. But the hardest part about it is the Knights of Ren were so hyped up in the first one, oh yeah, this awesome, BA Knights of Ren, and then they see him and oh yeah, they're all dead in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And yes, Kurt says Leia Poppins. Yes, Leia Poppins is 100% correct. Just give her a little umbrella and her lightsaber and their other end, and we'll call
is he cool?
Yeah. It was Mary Poppins, y'all. That's Guardians of the Galaxy episode 2, volume 2 reference. But that was awesome. Yeah, that was so funny. Us pop culture nerds over here as we are. But yeah, so I would definitely say it's kind of a toss up between the two. Growing up in my generation, I really did not enjoy the prequels as much as the other ones. I do agree that seeing the darker side of Anakin was much better because who didn't like Darth Vader?
Right.
And Darth Vader's ultimate scene at the end of Rogue One. Oh my God, that was intense.
Revenge of the Sith are much better than the first one, but there were some things about the first one that I personally enjoyed, such as everything with Qui-Gon Jinn. But that's just me.
Mhm.
But I could agree that I much prefer the Clone Wars, and yes, the last hour of Revenge of the Sith, where things are getting really crazy. Even the beginning of Revenge of the Sith.
Stop, Chris.
Even the beginning of Revenge of the Sith is good because that whole space battle
Yeah.
was amazing. I mean, I remember being in theaters seeing that because that's the opening scene is just Obi-Wan and Anakin flying next to him.
Yeah.
And then the buzz droids, and I was like, "Yep, I'm in. I'm already in."
But of course, my generation had a big thing against Jar Jar Binks because he was a stupid character and
Yeah, just
whatever else.
all
But
the mannerisms.
But
that they use
Lucas had told Ahmed Best, he's like, everybody's gonna hate you, but don't worry, everybody will love you later. And I will tell you what, when I went to Star Wars Celebration Chicago last year, Ahmed Best was there. It was the first time back at Celebration since it started 20 years ago. And because he was in severe depression, I think he almost committed suicide and everything else back then. He couldn't get any other roles because everybody hated his character and his voice. Because you could just listen to his voice and he's Jar Jar.
That whole point you want to make. I mean, look at the twins from Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen.
Oh yeah.
I mean, look at the twins. There was a lot of controversy when it came to the twins. So
But that's for different reasons.
Yeah, but it's almost the same thing.
Not really.
Because of the way they're talking and
Right.
acting.
Right. Well, that was a bit more of a racial innuendo kind of a thing rather than just
Yeah, but you can think of
Jar
Jar
Jar.
Binks as an insult towards people with certain.
yeah, but he's not.
But some people could look at it that way, though.
It was the whole point that Lucas was trying to make to get kids interested in a film that was already at the time 22 years old or whatever. So it was hard. No, 23 years because it was 2000 I think it came out. So it's a whole issue with Jar Jar, but I was very pleased that at Celebration he got a huge standing ovation and everybody was cheering for him to be back and everything else, and he did a great job. And he's supposed to do the Jedi Temple Challenge show on Disney Plus now, so we'll see some more of Ahmed Best as a Jedi
And technically, he's
or
not,
a Sith. Is he a Sith?
He's not dead. He's still alive. So.
Is he though? We don't know.
We can see a body.
We don't know Ahsoka's dead though.
We don't know.
She died. Ahsoka
They're
dead.
gonna pull a Darth Maul on us.
Yeah. That was one thing I thought was so funny is, we watched all the animated stuff, and when I went to go see Solo, a Star Wars movie, they see Darth Maul at the end, and I was like, oh my God, he's alive. I was like, do you not watch the animated stuff? We do this thing for like a year and a half now. Like, he been alive, son.
He's been alive. We just didn't know that we were going to connect it like that.
Right.
So we are setting up all the different gear ratios right now. I'm taking
This
my
is
time.
your favorite part. This is Joe's part.
This is what I like to do. And then the other problem is if I get too much friction here, everything's going to bind up later on. So I am going through and checking, make sure everything is nice and smooth.
Loosey-goosey.
Yeah, so as you can see, there's lots of different gears. You've got these guys here, which actually right on the axles. These are actually the main part of the transmission here.
Yeah, that's
That are going to flip back and forth via the orange pieces that Joe loves so much. Which before was just on a little red pin almost that would flip these back and forth.
and they were too long,
almost three long.
Yeah, they were different dimension.
Yeah.
They were 3 long, and these are actually
Yeah,
4.
they were 3 long. I remember.
So
that helps out, makes it a lot easier.
definitely a little bit different. I'm kind of curious to see how this goes. I as well have built
One more lime green.
a few of these. Maybe that was the tease for the Lamborghini.
It may be.
Guess what's coming? And surprisingly, like a lot of times after we've talked to some of the designers at Brickworld and online, you get kind of surprised at what people will throw into sets. Like there's a Friends Airport where all of the times are actually dates that people died.
Morbid.
And I was like, what? And then,
Why you gotta be like that? Huh?
well, then I don't know if you saw Boone's video of the haunted house. Did you ever build that?
I haven't built mine yet. No.
He had already talked to some of the designers, whatever, and found over like 45 Easter eggs in it already.
Yeah.
And the designer said there's over 100 more.
Over 100 more, probably.
But I'm sure a lot of them are like, oh, well, we use this
We
color
use
piece for this and
brick,
this one,
you know,
yeah.
this one element to represent. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
And you'll never know those. That's the one thing about being a designer is you get to know.
how many?
Yeah.
Like, what percentage of the audience has to be able to recognize it for it to be an Easter egg?
That's the question.
Because if nobody recognizes it, it's not an Easter egg.
I would say honestly, most of the stuff that they figured out wouldn't be. I would say maybe like 30.
Yeah.
But even then, there's still a lot of really good stuff in there.
Originally when the set came out, there was like.
Well, I'm just saying in general, like
There was
what
40
percentage?
baseline one, and now someone's saying that there's over 100 more up
Yeah.
on that. Like,
There's a
it
lot.
doesn't make any sense.
There's a lot.
I agree with Joe. Like, how significant is that?
You got to do more than just one thing. But maybe it is just that one element that everybody recognizes and
Yeah.
puts it in there. All right. So I got to hold this the right way. Let's see. This should go.
So who's
here.
still in here? Is it just Kurt and DK right now? I only see 2 people that are in here. One on Facebook, one's on YouTube. So someone left.
Here's that. And then this stuck in here. And another gear.
So this is basically the do or die point of any larger car set. If you get this transmission wrong, you basically have to rebuild the entire set.
You're going to be started over.
And it is also the case in a lot of the larger sets, such as the Liber 9800R set. The other larger sets like this, like the 24-hour car, the Le Mans car, which they couldn't use the word Le Mans, so forget about that. And then you've got a lot of the other, even like the excavator. The excavator's got a lot of transmission parts in there, vertical, horizontal, mixes, whatever.
All the different directions.
That's one thing I actually do like a lot about the Liber is the fact that it's got the 7 individual motors to run things, as opposed to having all the little switches and everything else.
Yeah.
And because then you deal with binding and clutches giving out because the clutch doesn't really want to grab anything. There's a lot of problems with certain Technic parts that could happen if you don't set it up right. But if you know a lot about Technic and you get to know about gear ratios and mixes and everything else, you can do some really, really, really awesome things with Technic.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's why Joe does it a lot.
I like the challenge of it. Like, because with regular Lego, you can kind of just start building and figure something out as you go. And with Technic, you've got to know the end from the beginning almost.
Yeah.
You got to know where you're going because you're playing chess with yourself. You're trying to figure everything out many, many steps ahead. Okay.
You working on this?
Yeah, this is what's going to hold her all together. I want to make sure
Make sure it's all lined up.
Yeah.
That's one thing. Once you get to like 3 or 4, like more than 3 pins, it gets really hard to line stuff up sometimes. Because you want to make sure you don't break any of the pins.
Okay, so
Visual inspection, make sure it's all correct.
still rolling.
Make sure everything rolls.
All right, we are good.
100%?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Oh, you're backwards. Okay. I was like, wait a minute, why is it sticking out this side? All right, cool.
Next.
On to page 72.
Okay. So now,
Let me grab this. I'm going to try to build one of these little assemblies for you to try to save you some time.
okay.
If I can find the piece. No, it's one of the gray long connectors, the axle connectors. They don't seem to find.
Something.
Oh, you probably already put it together. Oh, you put them all together? You put all the gray pieces in here already?
Yeah, you can pop it out. I just didn't want it rolling around.
I was like, Joe, I need a lot of these.
There's 2 on there.
Oh, yeah. No, they need that for the stability.
Yeah.
If not, it would just fall apart.
There we
And there's no directionality of this. Is there? No.
go. No.
That's this. I don't think I've seen. I've not seen this yellow piece either.
That's
Yeah.
a new
new element.
one, yeah, because it engages better with the this thing, the red. The old ones, you can. It's kind of funny. The old version of this you can use in newer stuff, but you can't use the new version in the old ones because of the way that the teeth are
Grooves
lined
are-
up. Yeah. So like, I ended up having to replace a whole bunch because like you can't.
Because these are different too, right?
Yeah, these are
new,
different. The end,
updated.
The end part is different than the last one. Hey! Put that in there so don't confuse it. All right, so you got this guy.
So this is the whole element. Yep, you got to slide it right through the blue gear. And the back.
This is that expensive brick he does off the train.
Oh.
Trying to do some Santa.
Did you?
Nope.
What did you do? Yeah, say, well, you just put the whole thing in backwards, didn't you?
No. I just put this.
Okay. Yep.
Is that all on this step?
That's that one step. This is
Okay.
that. You got all this?
No, we're missing this part here.
See, this is why we have more eyes to double check. So if you guys are in the room, go ahead and do a shout out. Let us know you're here. If you guys want to chat, if you guys want to hop in with us, you guys are welcome to join us. I don't know what everybody else is doing. I'm kind of curious what they're all doing. You're good? Also roly poly?
Roly poly.
All right. So going to step number 89. You need a 4-length and 8-length axle bars.
So.
And 4 of these guys. 1, 2, 3. Is there another loose one?
White.
Oh, you don't have the white one attached yet.
There's that white one.
Oh, you do. Okay.
There's only one so far.
This white one's not on there yet. Okay.
You know why they did that?
I don't know why I did that.
Oh, I can tell you why they did that. See these nubs?
Yep.
That's what locks it into place.
In the middle. Mm-hmm.
So this will be the one that's shifting the gears, but these don't have the friction, so they'll be able to easily go in and out. So that's why they use
Fair enough.
2 different elements there. And the old ones, you had to make sure you lined them up the right way. Otherwise it would.
Bind up on you.
Yep.
They usually locked in pretty easy, though. I remember right. Oh, you know what? You're not doing that one.
No, that's going to be this one. So we want on
So
blue.
on the blue, you've got the one down left of the blue, and then the 2 reds. Okay.
Yep, see.
And then you need your 4
Fours.
and 8. 4 and 1 to 8. So 4 is going in the back rear red. 8 is going in the bottom red. Moving on. Oh, nice. Oh, little assembly. See, I don't mind doing these little assemblies as long as it's not something that's going to like affect all the rest of your stuff. Orange piece. Orange piece.
Changeover. I don't know that.
Does it really matter which
know that.
way it goes? I guess it
It
doesn't.
doesn't
really.
yet. It will later. When we lock them
When you line it
together.
up.
Yeah, because otherwise you can only have 1 gear engaged at a time where it's going to bind. So
That's kind of weird. It's funny that they keep this, like, tell you to keep it on the end, but you're going to push it right into the thing anyway. So, like, I don't understand that. Because you push it in all the way.
so we got to make sure it's up in there.
So I would say the little nub on the top.
Let's do the end nub. Or, yeah, that's what I'll do. Oh, I missed that.
Did you miss the catch word?
There we go.
Oh, fun.
So that's
Let me get a.
that's the motion that we're looking for. So this is what will engage and disengage a different gear. See how one's going in, the other one's out, and it pops out. So there's only 1 engaged at a time.
Interesting.
I bet we're going to build the same thing on the other side now.
Yay for some symmetry builds.
Make sure I can't. If this falls over, all the end parts are.
We have this one to do first. Are you working on that one?
doing that one.
Okay, so you got a 5-length pin thing in the. Nicholas.
He's just playing his game.
Don't play that in here, please. Okay. Not in here.
Okay, so they want all of this to go in through here. And I'm going to try to line them up as I go. And then that goes in there. All right, and all right, and that's, but that one's still not held in by anything.
Yep.
Make sure,
Nothing's held in yet.
make sure it doesn't tip over.
All right. So you need 2 black pins, black Technic pins. You need one of those guys, a T, and your tin
This is perpendicular.
bevel gear over there. I do like the fact that those gears are beveled though. They have that wider, thicker bevel to them.
What are we doing?
Get one of those.
Okay. Just about dropping anything. And this is going to go to the bottom. Right? No, through here. And then we have the anchor point there.
Yep.
And this
Then one goes over the tan.
Too far. Okay.
Okay, all's good. Okay, so you need a 5.5 dark gray tan and the red. It's going on the top left one. Yep, with the blue. And red is going right over. Just gonna slide it past. Okay.
And then now the other
3x5 Technic lift arm. 2 3-length pins. This guy. Yep, I
So
got
I
it.
took this over the whole thing.
Yep, I got it.
Flying out of there. Now put this
So this goes over all of that, and then that slides over the blue geared thing. And it looks correct. That should lock all that in. And then eventually I have a feeling we're going to drive a pin through it. Yes. This red axle, and looks like a 20. Yeah.
That one's going on the bottom. Like this symbol has gotten me in trouble so many times. The little
Yep, the little flip side. It doesn't always mean the right thing. It's either upside down or it's
just
left to
means
right.
move it.
Yes. What he's talking about, and I use this actually in some of my builds too now, is the little flip symbol.
But sometimes it means flip it upside down. Sometimes it means
flip it left to right.
Right, front to
Yep.
back. There's 3.
All right. So are you
axes
good with
here.
that now?
That looks right. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Still don't have anything with that. Yep, we're in.
Okay. Yes. So this one's still open.
That one's still open.
And this one's still loose. There's no pin in that yet.
No, so.
Oh, there is now. No, just kidding. It's at the bottom.
That's the bottom.
Just one yellow drive. Okay. Blue is going on that yellow rod that you just got. So that one's going on the yellow rod. The yellow actually you just put there. Yep.
This one here.
Yep. And then this one is on the black to the right of that.
This guy here.
Yep. And then those should mesh together. If
That's
lined up
16
correctly.
16 to 24, so it's 3 to 1.
See, what's so weird is that white piece was not used for anything.
It's just space.
Yeah. Gap.
I feel like that one's a little too tight. We'll have to go back at the end once we get it all sandwiched together and make sure it's all
Can I get one of the 3x5s?
meshed.
Okay. So you need a red and a 24 tooth. Is it 24 or 16?
16. These are 16s.
Okay. So this is going to be centered over between end and midpoint. Yep. And then red is going over black bottom, long one. And then gray is going over the yellow axle. And then one more red for the next part, which is going to go over your top left. So that should mesh up with that one. Yep.
Cool.
Everything's still spinning okay?
Yeah, we're still good.
You still have movement?
Yeah.
Do I hear like a little grinding or something?
You do, because my finger's back there.
Oh, okay. It's just because it's still loose a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, a
Here
big
we go.
step. All right.
Does this mean we're going to finally sandwich this thing together?
So we're going down the center hole. Looks like you said it's center, right? Without having to measure. Looks like 6 and 6. Yep, down center hole. Need a spacer, a gray spacer,
Bushing?
and a yellow bushing. I think it's funny how sometimes they tell you like to put it these a certain way, and sometimes it actually matters. Okay, so then we need number 2. Blue's going through. We're gonna put it on this side, and then 4 and 6 alternating. That's kind of interesting. Okay, and then the T, which I just realized I
This is
needed.
facing the wrong way. We need this to face.
No. No.
That should be your assembly, sir.
Oh, I need to. But last
Hey, boys. Hey. Can you go by my booth?
There's
You'll still be playing over here, okay? Please.
Takes a lot more time when you don't do it at like 64 speed.
Right?
Okay, it
all
is
right.
It is together now.
You married it together.
So
you,
let me-
You need one red pin, one red wheel.
All right.
So if you're joining us, just pop it in a hi. Let us know who you are. Let us know you're here. I can see that there's a couple people in here.
All right. There we go.
We're just building, hanging out, talking Lego. So then there's the one red.
Hold on.
What'd you do?
See the symbol?
Top left.
With this-
Should we
this-
marry with the grade 24 or grade 16? Yep. Perfect. On to step number 105. That was another Ryan built, another 13. The blue, black. This is 4 on this side, 4 on that end.
Okay. Oh,
2.
There it
And
is.
the gray little pin thing facing down. I was trying to get the directions down.
Axle
Yeah,
pin
perpendicular.
joiner. Am I still in this orientation?
You are still in that orientation, yes.
This is
So from starting a blue pin on your end all the way across. And it should successfully go all the way through and marry up. Looks like it.
That's there.
Okay, so then we have the 3. This is going to go over the 2 axles in the back and pin in if you want to push that in. I don't want to break it. And then you need a 3 length X or a beam going over, looks like from black
Yeah,
to
that's
yellow.
not
Nope,
really-
no, across the top.
Oh, this way.
Across. Yep, perfect. Okay. Got a little connector times 2.
Another one.
For the for well, you know what though, for the Star Wars UCS Millennium Falcon, they have a lot of these that are all one piece Technic, and then they have the one little nub on the other side. I like those a lot because it's called locks. Because that's all these do. These just lock all the layers in so it doesn't come apart. It's really all
So
they're
you want
for.
this one here, the little L?
No.
No.
They're literally a 3-length bar with 2 pins built into it, and then one
The
female
perpendicular.
going the other way.
Yeah.
So you can put another pin into
Very
that side.
useful.
Very useful for those.
Okay.
Step 108. We need the 6-length red axle, orange axle joiner or connector, and this jobby.
And what? There we go.
So actually, that's separate. This is going on. Looks like the tan, and this is driving into.
Oh, I know what this is for. There's gonna be a rubber band. This is what makes sure it doesn't get caught
Caught in it.
in between, so it rotates a whole turn.
Ah, nice. Looks like it's going one. Yep, right there. No, it
Good,
can't.
'cause
One back. Yep, right
That's
there.
the only place it can
Yep,
go.
that's the only place.
So now
Just-
we're gonna
just
have to.
make sure that's pushed in all the way.
Yep.
It should be one like that. Yep. Okay.
Eventually,
All
they
right.
got to tell us to look and make sure we're not in 2 different gears at the same time. Wonder when that's coming out.
Grab this for you. Sorry about my reach. Grab this. And then this little guy.
Right here.
We made it about
Simply
a third of
110.
the way through the first book here.
Not too bad. We're getting there.
This one, they want this. So all of this is just to reinforce and give it some anchoring points.
Right.
Come on, baby. There we go.
Nope, it needs a shorter black one. I need 11. 2 blue 3-length pins. This guy and a black head. So the easiest way that I do this when measuring these guys out is basically try to go from the ends. Don't ever just try to go from one end. Just do 1 or 2 from one end, 3 from the other end. Works the easiest way in my opinion to get them together.
Rotation.
And then just one of these. Okay. So your rotation, you should have the orange out above that way. Yep, inverted. Correct. Nope, that way. And this is going then.
Sideways. On the front? Or this is actually
This
the
is
side.
going that way. It's going in like that.
There we go.
So it should end up with a red pin on the
Stick,
end.
yeah.
Yep. And then black on the other
Oh,
end.
that's a lot of aligning because that's on its own axis.
Like I said, going across multiple points, building Technic, rough. Definitely rough. All right.
There we go. Oh,
So now we got another one. This is another 11. Looking at 12 pins. I'm going to start out here with this one.
all the pins.
I'm just going to count these out so I make sure I have enough to 3, 4, 5. Joe's just feeding it to me now.
I'll just sort out.
6, 7, 2, 3, 6, 7. Okay. And then we got a T joint, T joint. You got a 3x5 elbow in there. Thank you. And then up, and then we're doing any more. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so this should be all I need. Okay, and then the black. Is it another black 11? Another black 11? That's interesting. Oh, and it's offset. Some of the things that the Technic does as you're building it always drives me crazy. And then, like I said, once you get to it, you're like, oh,
you get to there, you're like, oh,
they did that. Oh, see, there's a flip.
yeah.
I almost got it.
I got the
I almost got
orientation
caught.
of this.
So then this is on the end. And then this looks like this is going in right between those.
So
So red pin in the back, which is going to be the second on the black. Second in on the black on top. Yep. Orientation down. And then that means the other
they're in the
2 pin should lock into the 2 grays. Man, look how the clearance on that tan gear.
a lot going on there.
Yeah. You want to show them what this looks like real quick?
Yeah, not a lot of space.
So
in
there's
there,
still
but-
some more going on, but that's the majority of this transmission so far.
Here's our shifter.
Let me click it. There you
Cool.
go. So we're working on it. We're getting there. All right.
Now they want to.
Moving on, we've got 2 16 grays and a red.
Where's this?
So gray is going on the back. We got another gray on the front red, and then a red slider next to it in black. Okay, now we got a 2x4 assembly, which either way I could do it if you were going to do it either way.
Here, we'll just put them there.
And it looks like you need this with a white spacer. You gotta
Oh, you're
assemble this
gonna have to
first.
build it because it's backwards.
Okay,
It's backwards to the joint.
and this.
So this is the part that's gonna clip up against this orange to stop it from rotating.
So there's that.
See,
Boom, 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 boom.
that's
And then
gonna
all you
stop
need
it.
is
It's
this.
gonna make sure it stops on 90 degrees.
And then this goes on the end, which is through that black axle down there. Yep. Yep.
We're gonna have a rubber band coming across here at some point in time.
Easy peasies.
Okay, so this is where we need to actually pay attention.
Okay,
Line it up
so
with
we need this and this.
Okay. So it wants, when this is straight up, it should be like this.
So as you guys are asking, so that's what we're dealing with right
So
there.
as this is on its 90 degree, we need to make sure that the nub is facing towards the yellow. Okay, so we're good there. So that means now, do you have that other little assembly?
That's right here.
Okay. So now this will be at a 45 degree angle.
Bottom left. Yep, towards the yellow. Yep.
And see, yeah, so that way,
And then this is the other lining picture. So this is the overhead. This is the perspective view,
so now that we
the
got
elevation
that,
view. If you're
we should
an
be
architecture
able
major.
to put on.
So the next we have this little assembly. We have a few pieces here.
So when that's in that orientation, see, they have them both up. That doesn't make sense to me.
Well, they didn't say how that had to be connected. So I mean, you can change that.
Yeah, we'll be able to rotate that.
Yeah, I would just rotate it now before you get too far.
What is? It's in the same.
Oh no, I thought you were talking about this too. Possibly, I don't know if that's going to affect anything
Oh, well, it could.
because the hole
Well, it
the hole is on the tip.
It
So I would
shouldn't
just,
because it's
no.
square.
but just in case,
Yeah.
because
Easier
you
now
don't
than
know.
later.
Sometimes you just don't know.
Okay.
So you're caught up onto this.
Yep.
So then we got the
This one goes here.
4 lights in there. We got that there, and then the white is over that one. Okay.
Okay, there we go.
So far so good. Up. We're putting her in. We're plugging it in. All right. So that's going to slide in the second one over from that. So that
makes
pin right
sense.
there.
It can only go in one.
And then it's got the other section is going to go like right in the middle of the
Is
gray
there any?
long bar. So you should hit
There's
there.
literally no pin, so it's just going to sit.
Yep, for now.
Line that up. And then
Please.
Yep.
Please.
So all the little pins should line up.
There are no pins. It's all axles sticking out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This is why. Look.
Shouldn't be too bad of a drop. Shouldn't be.
I feel like we have something backwards.
This is a ditto. That's why it was so hard.
What's going on with this? Why do we have
That's underneath.
no. But see this part right here? Look. I'm in, but I can't go down.
Okay, pull it up.
Oh, you crap.
Do we do this backwards?
You don't jump. I can't.
That's.
This
Did
needs
you
to
set
be.
it too far back?
This needs to be This needs to be the other way.
What?
Is it? Can you fix that though?
Yes. I can fix it.
You're
That was another. That was a Joe oopsie in the gray frame. That was the first. That was step number one. I
That's like
think.
step number one. We just,
Joe.
there we go.
That's all right. We don't blame anybody for anything. It is. Technic is a giant learning experience, and it's a learning experience every time.
I'm not used to building outside of the
Outside of your bunker, his brick bunker.
Skinny kitty. I got a skinny kitty.
A skinny kitty.
Yep.
You're adorable, Michael.
A cat.
Are you adorable?
Okay. And then now this goes back here.
That's my kids for me. Oh, hold on.
Silver.
Oh, it is separate. Okay, no,
You
you're right.
shelter. You shelter.
Oh, hey, now it fell. I heard it drop that time. Nice little run over of all the gears.
Oh,
I have change in that.
shelter. That's a shelter.
So if you guys are just joining us live, my name is Ryan. I got Joe over here from UniLUG. I've got Dave, who is actually from both Bricks and Minifigs and UniLUG. And then my little son, Michael, is hanging out with us too.
Okay. Sounds good.
And we are building the LEGO Technic Bugatti Chiron. Large scale, what is it? 1 to 10, I think, 10 scale. And we are currently on bag number 2, page 90 currently, after about an hour and a half. Of course, this is the hardest part of the entire build, pretty much.
This is the most pay attention or else you'll regret it steps.
Yeah.
I would word it that way.
Just one on the yellow X on the end. So we're kind of tag teaming some builds here, trying to get this done relatively quickly as we can. Okay, got step 1 done.
Yeah, you watch all those speed builders, and you're like, if it took them 20 minutes to build it at 64 speed, then it took a long time.
I mean, I got the Falcon done in 19 and a half hours. I was pretty happy with that
Pretty good.
That one.
compared to what all the other hours I've seen people do. Kind of laughed at them.
Well, I'd say you probably have a little more experience.
Experience buildings, it's only 34 years of experience.
Well, not only that, it's like a full-time job.
That too. True. Why?
Friend, would you bring me a bottle of water? Thank you.
A bottle of water.
And I almost made an oopsie. I put this pin in too early. I was wondering why
So
it's screwed
funny
up.
that
Okay.
it just seems like the hubs are so high. It's
I know,
gonna be-
right?
It's going to be so low to the ground.
But the tires are going to be huge too. Okay. There's your assembly. It is plugging into the front left of the black box up front.
In what orientation? Where this-
Black punch. Yep, like that.
That's where our rubber band's going to attach.
Was there? I was like, wait a minute. Just wanted to make sure I had it all. Hey, first rubber band going across the 2 ball joints on the top there. All right, new assembly. This is all you.
Alrighty.
Joe gets to build something new now.
We're going to do some side arms just to house everything together. That would be my guess.
Yeah, something like that.
1, 2. And we're attaching. What do you think?
What time do you have to stream till today, Joe? How long do you have?
I think 4:30 or 5.
Okay, it's like another hour.
We go rescue the dog. That's how he did. He got his.
What's one nice thing I like about not having any animals? I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, we had one for 14 years, and she was a good old dog.
Good old dog.
And then when she passed, we thought, oh, we won't do this for a long time.
Okay.
And then 6 months later, it's like, we're getting a dog. I got told that.
Yeah.
She says she asked, but it was really like a. Is there a word for that when your wife asks, but it's not really? It's kind of like
Not
saying
really
when your
question?
mom says, "Would you like to do the dishes?" or something like that. It's like,
The facetious questions?
yeah, it's like, nah, I got a choice. Like, really? No.
It's a rhetorical question.
Yeah.
I'm out. Deuces.
Would you like to? No, but you're gonna have me do them anyway.
Yeah, if not, I'm gonna make you upset anyway, so.
All right. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of.
We're starting to get a lot of. Where are we going here?
I'm trying to fix. We're getting a lot of screen wobble here for some reason.
It wants to feed through like all.
There you go. Maybe that'll help.
Ah, I see what they did here. And then later on, we'll attach that. Okay.
I love how like my head. I'm trying to aim at the table so my head's cut off.
Give
All
us
right, we're
another
good?
page here.
Get it all locked in.
Yep. I think we're.
Ooh. Push the pins in. Lock it in.
Okay.
So did you get one to the left and one to the right?
No, we didn't put the middle one in yet.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you're good.
Yeah.
All right. Little tiny assembly. Black pin, white pin bushing, and things going up front on the red.
Stop it
Facing
from
back.
coming too far. Yep. Out of
Interesting.
That makes sense to me.
And looks like nope, it's not a direct mirror build either. So it's close.
3, 4.
Work across the top. You're gonna need this one.
I'm gonna build it so it goes this way, so it's the same.
See, now you're changing orientation. You're screwing it up, Joe.
Yeah, well, because on this one I have. Do I care? Will I be able to see it? Probably not. It's gonna be covered in paint.
Well, it's gonna be the exact same. It's like going backwards. You're building the actual mirror image of it instead of the same one this time. What are you looking for?
Black pin.
Black pin?
Yeah.
No black pins?
Where'd our black pin bucket go?
Did your... Was there a black one in there?
You putting in an extra?
No?
No, apparently we were
Put
short.
an extra, or we were
Or
short?
Joe used that blue one there. Black one's supposed to go.
We'll see at the end here.
Which
right?
happened last time.
I did.
Are you colorblind at all, Joe? I'm not
No.
making fun. I'm just asking.
No.
Okay. Does that look correct? It looks correct to me. Yes. So then that is getting attached. Black pin. Is it just being held in with the brown pin? For now.
For now.
Ooh, scary. Scary. Oh, and then you lock that one and block that one. Okay. Good.
Yep. Those are done.
Easy. Two of
Point
them.
in time, we've got to reestablish some rigidity here.
I think that's right now. So 1 and 3. For your other side. And you need 2 of those. And these 2.
They're going out?
So they're sticking out from the middle of the bar. Yep.
Interesting.
And then looks like
But we're going to attach the fenders like in.
these are going on this
900.
side. So this is going right here. This is going in the back. Did you concur?
There's nothing to
Oh,
attach it to.
push. Yeah, that's weird.
I'm not
Should
going to push that. I'm gonna push
no,
this.
it goes through. It's going to go through the T.
There's no T back there.
No, this T. Right here.
This gray one, yes.
Yeah.
The
Cloud
orange,
slicer.
there's nothing on the orange side.
No, not yet. Or it's just being left out.
Okay.
Okay. 104. 2 pins, tan and blue. Pin axles. Pin is going on your left side.
Turn.
Yep. Your left side above the gray pin.
Okay.
And then blue is going third one in from this side. Blue pin's third one out.
On the inside.
Yep.
Okay.
That's weird. All right. Then third one over, and then looks like sixth one facing on the opposite side.
See how I do it? Once I put the first one in, I just count how many.
Over from that?
Yeah, just like, all right.
Well, I usually do that too, but if there's like one here, one over there, I just do it from one over the other. And then that's going to slide in. The blue cylinder is going to go right through there.
That's what our orange is.
And that's what the orange is going to attach to. But that should just sit there, and orange pin goes in.
Okay, did that. Now.
It's a whole step for that.
Yeah, they could have.
All right. Looks like the. What? You're good?
Yeah.
So this is from the back. So you have the two of these. Where's your? No, your blue pin is on your right side over here.
Is it on both?
Nope. Just one. Nope. It is. It is. Yep. And then your black fins.
Okay.
And then aiming holds up. So 22 is on our right. 21 is on the left. Yep. And then we have a couple ones which should be extras.
And you get them.
And there's your two pins. Just going in. And moving on to bag 3. Yay! All right.
Ready?
This is pretty cool. And most of this is all together right now. It's got the full transmission. Oh yeah, it stops now.
I'm gonna build a 16-cylinder engine here in a second.
Is that what you were talking about here, Joe? It doesn't want to move?
Well, it's because it's in gear, so that's the weird part. So we're gonna have to.
Oh, but yeah, that works. I'm seeing all of it work. No.
But I think it's gonna be hard in first gear. It's gonna be really hard to push this.
Was this not in all the way? Do you notice that this pin is further in than that pin?
No, that's the track.
Is that just how that piece is made?
Well, this is not really held in yet very much.
No. But I'm just saying that's like right up next to it, and this one sticks out a little bit.
Oh, it
because
does.
This one like insets.
Yeah, this one doesn't.
Yeah.
You know why? Because that's an axle and this is a pin.
And they have to have the plate there to convert it
It
over.
would go in too.
Very interesting, though. They are not the same.
Not the same. Well, not just because.
No, if you look where the rubber band is attached, the black and the gray ball ends there do not recess into the Technic piece as much as each other. So one of them sticks out a little bit more.
All right.
So now is the full 16-cylinder engine build, the block build.
I'm gonna go ahead and load the. I'm gonna load these on.
That's cool. That whole shift right there.
So what's everybody else up to out there in Cyberland?
That's I like that little ball.
Holy moly.
I'm gonna do this 16 times.
But it's not 16 times. Or you just need to start connecting the pins.
Just,
Do you want me to start connecting the blocks together?
absolutely. Well,
They get a series of black pins?
yeah, black pins put 4 together, but don't put anything on the ends yet. Because sometimes they're axles, sometimes.
Right. Can you send me a smear of black pins?
There we go.
It's cow.
It's cow.
No cow. Don't have big horns.
My kids are crazy.
Toros. He's a bull.
Yeah, don't confuse your bulls and your cows.
Yeah, but
Bulls have horns, usually.
What says it? Toros.
he's so low.
Sweet.
So you don't want me to put these two pins in the end? Yet?
Not on the end yet. Because they're going to be different. Some are going to be ends and some are going to be axles. There's one more here. There it is.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Wow, I felt like I just did that 16 times.
Because you did? I had somebody build a block before and they did it upside down.
Oh no!
I was like, what are you doing?
Put these together.
I just have to do this 16 times. Well, really 4 times. Pinchy.
Okay.
Oh,
Missing some
there you go.
love in the middle there. Okay, there we go.
Was it 16 of those?
Mm-hmm.
16 cylinder.
The crab tossed the blue ball.
So is I think the cyan is too, right?
No.
Or is it a 12?
It's a 12.
But it has an inline shifter, which is different
Yes.
from what I heard.
So it's paddle shifters, kind of like the Porsche.
Yeah. Hopefully they work better now with the new elements. The old one was
It's
rough.
a little finicky.
Roughly rough. What are you looking for?
The inverted axle pin. There we go. All right. Ready for
You gravy?
next.
You got all this, including
Yep.
this one? Okay.
Mm-hmm. We're good there. And you want to do another one of these.
And as soon as you're there, I will have this whole assembly done for you.
Oh, we want this stuck out on the inside. The 9-long axle with the stopper. I like this element. I use it in a lot of custom stuff.
Mm.
So it'll hold everything together. All right.
You good? So then it goes to that.
All right.
So there's your first block. So you need 2 gray females, 2 blue, go on the end. Oh, and then we have this.
Yep. That one's going to take a second. So there we go.
Okay, so there's your 5 length. I'll let you do this.
Can we do that? All right.
And I mean, we have to do this, 4 times?
4 different, yeah.
But it's probably going to be different directions and stuff too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can technically flip around, but you don't know which way it's going to go. So we'll wait.
Up, down, too long.
I'm going to try to bend this for you.
Inside, outside. What's our next?
So it's like this is the lower left.
And then this is going to go up. And then we're going to do another one. Up. Down.
Actually, you probably just need that.
There's a thin piece.
I'll bring it to you.
See how it's a half bushing on the ends, and so that way they can fit together when you get 2 of them. That makes it.
Yep. And they slide together.
Yeah, so that way they can move. If you ever get done and you didn't do that, then they'll be like this, and then
They'll be offset and they won't fit into these
Yeah.
nice, lovely holes.
they will no longer be able to
Nice little cylinder
reciprocate
heads.
their motion. Okay, so that's 3 cylinders.
Welcome back, DK.
Oh,
Thanks for watching.
I need to do this one more time.
We are building the 16. I guess was it a W16?
W16 is what they call it. It's like two V8s kind of stuck together.
Stuck together. Crammed in a box. Living in a cardboard box. I'm living in a box. I'll be living in a box. I will say though, I do absolutely have my alarm set to order that NES when it comes out. The Lego Nintendo.
I'm excited. I hope it doesn't get scalped away.
I'm sure it will. But they're limiting. Did you hear? They're limiting it to one
They're
period.
doing that for a little while because I had 2 on an order for something, and then I ended up
Just got it.
not.
I wasn't sure if she heard the door or not.
Yeah, the crocodile was that way. You could get 1 at home and then 1 in the store. That was it.
So are you good with that? You guys checking it? Make sure you're right.
Yeah, we're gonna do another one of these. I bet.
Okay, so there's another block. Yep, on the other side.
And then this one, we connect. These. I guess I only put them on the one side earlier.
Well, this one doesn't need them.
Yeah, but see how there's there? I didn't do it.
Oh, you only did one
Earlier,
pair?
I only did the one side. So we'll do the other side. Okay. So this is now the other side of the top cylinder.
Oh, yeah, because these are okay. Yeah, I got you.
Because these are supposed to be both the tops, right? Yeah.
Are you building that backwards? I think you assembled it backwards.
But this is both the top and the top, right?
These appear to be the lower two. So when your T is facing up, this is facing up. Yeah, it should be these two and these two. There's those two and those two.
Finicky. Can't think of many Lego system sets.
But you don't need those on there because
No.
that was the other way. So you build them, you just put them in the wrong way, the other side.
Okay. So
So now you need those to dangle the other way.
And get them to all line up. Here they should be like, hey, let me try.
Mm-hmm.
I want to play.
We're big kids at heart. Okay, so this should be the lower ones. Is that correct?
No, this is one side.
No. I'm trying to look at this just to see.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think it matters.
You're going to need 4 more of these.
Do you care that you have the uppers on the right instead of the lowers on the right? It doesn't make a functional difference?
No, that's fine.
Okay, because just looking up at this, you can see that the one towards the end is the one going to the right. Instead, you have it the other way. You're okay
Because
with
it's still in the middle.
that? Right. I'm just saying, because then the only thing that's really going to affect, well, actually, it wouldn't affect anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it should
no,
be
you're
the
fine.
same.
Okay, I just want to make
All
sure.
right, so then
That was
we'll
just
do-
how much of a stickler you were.
So there's that.
So you got that all
There's 4
assembled
of
in
these,
there.
right?
And then you got 4 of those that you have to make now to go into the end.
And what did they use? A yellow?
And then you got a yellow 3 and a 24 tooth gray, dark gray. Going off of that.
You better add an end on here, or they're gonna all fall out of there.
And there it is. And you should have one length of the yellow axle after it's compressed together. Hey, we successfully have the lower side. All right, so you got this little rig, and then if you want to build that one, I'll build this one. Looks like we're building the same thing, just mirrored. One of these, and I'm gonna need a T as well. Each one of these, blue one of these, red one of these, the black pin. So how you doing, DK? How's everybody doing? Nobody wants to watch us today, apparently.
It's like everybody got a job or something.
I didn't get a chance to email it out though. I was hoping to get an email out
Oh, this is too long.
to everyone.
It's on a 5. That makes
Oh yeah, I was like, where did I get this one from? Okay.
All right. And then it faces.
So you're doing that one, right? You did that one.
Yep.
And mine's got that one.
And this is this side.
Okay.
Okay.
You got the chan gear of the. Okay, we're going back to the starting end. So this end. Flip it around. So that's what we did over there. Oh, wait a minute. Did you put those on the wrong end, Joe?
Did I?
I think you did.
Oh, 2 crabbies.
That's the axle end. Yep.
Crabby, you're going to get it.
Yep. Yep.
Give him the pool ball.
Everything okay? Oh, for a second, I thought it didn't move, and I was like, oh, God, what do we do? All right.
Well, I think it'll be better. This is just so long that it's kind of.
Wobbly right
Yeah,
now.
but once it's going to click right in here. So
No, it's got to go up here.
here,
Yep.
to line up with these.
Ta-da!
Another one.
All right, so we're doing 2 of these. So we need that. We need a T. Sorry, 2 of these red and 2 gray. Yep.
I'll start the other transmission. You caught him.
Yep.
What do you do with them once you catch them?
Don't you know, Joe? You got to catch them all.
You have to have a bulldog
You really
catch
don't.
the crab.
Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all. Sorry. Pokemon. Or are you doing the next piston setup?
We have Pokemon.
Here you go. There's your model for you. I know you like this complete picture easier.
I don't know how many times I've done this.
So Joe, you're pretty much at home all week by yourself, huh?
No, I still work, but my
What, I mean, your family's gone?
Yeah,
Am I-
they are helping out some family in St. Louis. My in-laws built a house, and it's finally ready. They're
Yeah.
tired, so they're going to be moving. So they're having the final yard sale, which I don't know if you've ever lived in one place for 40 years.
No.
You tend to accumulate. You can only
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
So,
You only need 4.
yeah, this is
I was like, what are you doing? I
the yellow one.
was like, I'm looking for one, man. Spin this way.
Why do you have a car McDonald's car?
It's a McDonald's car.
Is there another cylinder hanging out?
What's that? What?
You're a goofball, kid. Oh,
Well, you're only doing 4 right now. Or you're only doing a 4. It's not combined.
I know, 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
No, it's a single. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, what are you doing? You're taking all my pieces.
I see.
You see now, man?
Oh, that's weird. I don't like that. They're going to be just rattling around in there. I guess once they're in the
Yeah, because these are fitting. These are loose fit.
Once
They're
they're
not
in the,
reattached. That's kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie.
it's a little different.
Okay, those bros.
So I need one of these.
Those bros trying to get you.
I'm building the other side for you.
Those bros. I got those bros.
And you step down. And you start setting yours.
Okay, so we're going there. And then yellow.
That's interesting.
Because I think I know why they had to do it this way. Because you can't really extend this arm any further without it.
Smacking.
Well, it's gonna. The further out you go, like the further out you go, the longer this is, and it's gonna have more of an arc, more of an angle. So I bet there's not clearance in
Yeah,
there.
but are you using those?
Yeah, I'm making this. I'm gonna have 2 of them. See? Watch.
Okay,
There it
more of
is.
that. Make it even more awesome.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome.
So it's gonna be like almost like a square.
We're living our dreams.
Okay.
Could you imagine having to listen to that every single day of your life?
We're paying $47 for coffee.
Is that it?
Yep.
What's up, Riley?
What's up, dude?
Oh, did you happen to bring that part for him?
Look in the car. Okay, and then that's another one of these.
Oh, did you see his?
He's been sending me photos.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I
He
looked at.
did an awesome job the other day.
He did.
You got those in?
Yeah. How do they all get held together? Just black?
Flip it over so they face down, and then it looks like you got a 13 length gray. You got 4 pins. You gotta put 4 pins in it. 4 pins in it.
I don't know mine up.
Oh, you put them on the outside.
How you doing, man?
Offset from center. Okay. You wanna go grab that and I'll start getting this thing on?
Oh, that looks like fun.
Not really.
Drink of water.
Yeah, take a break, man.
That's not yours.
It is his.
This is mine.
Silly goose.
Oh.
Nope. Gray one first.
What do you got to say?
What is it for?
His Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You haven't seen it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
You should show them what you did.
Okay, let's catch another one. Shoulder.
You catch this shoulder. Just move on. And then you can move on.
Okay. So just doing some little sub-assemblies.
But I caught him on the right one. See? Where did you go?
Putting these on 5 length axles. So these might be turning into like some headers or something for it. And luckily, I see we struggled with that transmission, but we flew through this engine. This engine's almost done. At least as far as I know. Oh.
Surprised it didn't have much friction. That's good.
Yeah, no, it's sliding like crazy. Uh-oh. Looks like you got a motor mount maybe?
Yeah, it's gonna have something to because it sits on top of here somehow.
You start with that side, I'm gonna start helping out with this side.
The
right.
seam is killing me. There we go.
We're almost halfway through the book.
We'll start
It's great.
coming to the docks.
We got through this motor pretty quick.
Is this on the end?
Yeah, go on the end.
Feels like it is. Okay.
We don't know what we're doing with that yet. It shows blue pins. Black pin, orange thing, short blue pin on the end, blue pin on the inside. Connects mirror to what you got.
With one space in the middle?
Yep. Okay, reds go third one in on each side. From the back, yep. And then black is on the other side, inside from the next to the blue. Okay, then we got 2 of these guys to do with the 7s, 7 lengths. One there, and one over. And then let's go smaller ones in. Yep. Yep. Okay. Step 187. This is the bridge across the 2.
That's why we left them one apart.
And that's a lot of pins. Do you like some pins? Do you want some
Like
pins?
extra pins.
I want more people to join us so we can chat and have some fun.
Holy cow. How many? 6?
6 black, 2 yellow.
1,
Oh, this is yours.
2 yellow.
Or sorry, 2 blue. What am I talking? Blue. Deep. That's all, folks. That's what I get when I cut
So
my
what's
lunch
the riddle?
short.
It'd be black, blue, black, black, blue.
Black, blue, black, blue.
Hold
black,
on, is that right?
Black, yeah, black, blue. Base blue. Black, blue.
All right, I'm gonna start for the other.
Black, blue, blue. So fill it in.
Blue, blue, black.
Wrong. You're so wrong.
Black, blue, black.
Black, blue, black, blue.
Oh, these go.
Blue, black, blue.
Yep.
I like to rotate those.
Okay.
I kind of feel like Bob Ross. I like to rotate those around. Split the seams on
Pretty,
these.
or what do they call them?
Happy little
trees. That's the happy little trees.
And
There's a guy who did a blind Bob Ross painting. Did you ever hear about that? Like he did one where where he.
Like listen to him, but didn't
Yeah.
watch him or something.
Yep.
That's a good idea.
But then they started halfway through, so they bleeped out all the things like, oh, do it over here, do it over there. So the whole starting point was completely off reference. So he just had to figure out, and he's like, well, this is kind of how Bob Ross does it. He got pretty close.
Pretty close.
It was like an hour-long thing. It's crazy.
Something feels like it needs to go here, which I'm thinking it's going to be this. Okay, I'm ready.
Why does it feel like you have extra pins?
I do.
You have an extra black one there.
Because I was like, you said black,
yeah, black, blue, black, blue.
black.
No, black, blue, blue, space, black.
Yeah.
You do
Means
space.
blue.
Whatever.
There you go.
So does it actually land now? Can you like?
There you go. Yeah, see.
2 5s. And then the motor attaches to the drivetrain.
Oh, weird. Look.
Oh, right. Yep. You need the regular.
So that'll rub on that because it's a half step off. Isn't that weird? I don't know how to
But
do
will
that.
it?
It will.
But will it?
It will, but why?
At least it will for a little while until you grind it, and then it's.
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting solution. It prevents it from coming out.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, if you had that motorized, it would just wear that to a nub.
Honestly, they could have just put another bushing on the other side. Or...
Interesting.
All right. So then you got the little bushing ring and a black extra connector. And now we will merge it to everything else that we've done. This is going to be fun. I'm going to get
like.
Watch in the corner.
All right.
It's running smooth, right?
It's running smooth.
You want to show it real quick? Top side pistons. Look at all that. 16. Wow, it looks so crazy. Actually, you know what? Oh, it does. Okay, never mind.
The only thing I wish is that these were 45 degrees offset from each other, so you could have that smooth motion.
Yeah.
As opposed to the
The
all
90s.
up, all down. 'Cause
Yeah.
This would never run. Like you can't.
No.
The car would never run. Like
Right.
this.
So then for the display, we're still gonna have it like.
Yeah.
Too bad you can't really. I don't think there's a way to change that.
You have to glue two pieces together. Which
no.
defeats the purpose.
No. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're now marrying the motor to the chassis,
Looking
or to the
from-
frame, I should say.
From the green side.
So green side out. Drive axle is. I don't think that's
Is that
how it
they
was
do
done
in the
there.
factory?
I don't think they just drop it in.
Is that drop it
We got to crane it down, slide her in, lube her up a little bit, or
All
whatever.
right, so we're gonna put some of these on here.
And then you got 2 blue pins going in the 2 outer corners. Yep,
Makes sense to
all the
me.
way in.
Ugh, that was a lot to go through there.
And then it looks like these are all going to be the actual quote unquote, I guess, little motor mounts and stuff that we're going to build here. Kurt has a question for you. Looks like Kurt's back. Kurt says, Joe, outside of Technic, what is your favorite theme?
Yeah, ideas, I would have to say, is probably what I build the most of. I have all the superheroes. I have all the current Harry Potter, but I love the ideas builds the best.
Okay.
I do.
I like the just builds too. I'm not going to
Yeah,
lie.
yeah. Like the
Like when the Seinfeld one comes out, it's coming
yeah.
on.
So we got those. You get the themes with Ghostbusters. You get Friends.
Yep.
The TV show Friends.
Little Central Perk.
Yeah, and then the only one I don't have that I kind of regret not picking up was the old fishing. Story.
Is Stranger Things an idea set?
It's not. It's under its
It's
own
actually its own
category,
thing.
But
It's its own.
It's its only thing.
And that's the thing of why
When you look at it on brick sets, well, there's that other promo set, Buyer's
right
Castle,
buyers. Yeah.
but it's
Well,
just
Buyer's
like,
Castle.
it's like 30 parts and a sticker. It's
Yeah.
not a lot to it.
But why Lego? Why would you make a Stranger Things theme, but only build one set? Unless there were more coming.
Yeah, and then it just didn't happen. Maybe there's spoilers in the sets.
Well, there's another season coming out,
Wow, how am I gonna?
so maybe they're waiting until season 4 to really release them, so they could drive the popularity of the show back.
I don't know. Maybe I have all the Nike shoes. Like,
But I'm really curious about that. Well, of course you have Nike shoes. I mean,
Well, the Nike Stranger Things sneakers.
Oh.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
probably expensive.
They are now, yeah. They went up significantly. The only pair I didn't get were the ones that transformed as you wore them. So there was a pair, and when you bought them, they looked white, but they use this really thin, like muslin material.
Okay.
So as you wear them, they wear out, and the underworld, the
Uh-huh.
upside down,
Yeah.
shows through. So the more you wear them, the more the upside
We're gonna
down.
have to take a look at that later.
You never seen that?
No.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. They do a little collab. And I got the hat, and then every pair of sneakers comes with pins. So I got all the pins too.
Look at you being all blinged out here.
We are almost done with box 1 of 6.
We got a ways to go. This is not all getting done today, so I guess I should rename this part 1, or we'll have to do part 2 another day. Joel will have to let me know. I think Sarah's a little busy this week to try to come back in again.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I work the rest.
But
of
Joe,
the
you
week,
can
too.
still, you can still come on.
So we haven't officially connected. What does the motor ride on that spins it? Oh, that's why, because the motor. So at some point in time, the motor's going to come out. The fake motor has got to engage here with the end of the drive shaft.
That's
a weird little thing.
tomorrow. Wait.
Why does it have to?
What is it?
2 of these.
I'm guessing the other one is a mirror.
Where
So
is
this one's
it going?
going
So if I was looking at it
that way.
this way.
Right behind the crossbar there. So I'm guessing it's supposed to. It looks like it pins backwards into something.
Oh, like on the control arms. Oh, I see. So it stops it from.
Oh, it
bottoming
is.
out.
It's the control arms. Yep, right next to the two blades.
That's weird. Why didn't they just do that
Before?
Yeah,
Before you had to put all the other stuff in the way.
that's weird.
Oh, so you already got that side? You already did them together?
Yeah.
Okay. Stop moving ahead, Joe. Oh, Dave, can you grab 3 10 pins? I don't know. You must have been
It
shorted.
must have been a little short.
Like a giant head too.
Have you ever had a build? Maybe somebody can confer with me. But I've had builds where it's like bag 1, bag 2, and the instructions will tell you to switch from one bag to the next, but there's parts missing, but they're in bag 2. Have you ever had that happen?
No.
I've had that happen on a couple sets. And I know because it was a smaller build. So it's almost like they just put the bag 1 to bag 2 transition wrong in the
Interesting.
instructions.
Can you give me that back here? Just one. Okay, there's your other side.
That's cool.
Yeah, one of these days, brother, we'll have to have you on a stream show it off after the mech display is over. Yeah, just so everybody knows, our mech display should be completely active starting August 1st.
We'll go over Friday.
Yep, the final scavenger hunt.
We gotta change some of the names.
Oh, they gave us
The
a
marriage process.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, wow, this is pretty. Look at this. There's
So that's
even
the
a
end
little
of, the end of
photo.
box
See?
1, and
So-
they put a little
blurb in here. It was vital to stay true to the actual assembly process of the Chiron. And then they have it, of course, in Italian, which we're not going to read. But this is the marriage process between the motor and the
The high
frame.
point of the Chiron chassis assembly is called the marriage. This is the moment at which the full carbon fiber
Michael.
monocoque and the rear end containing the engine and the gearbox come together. It was important to reproduce this critical process in our LEGO Technic model. Cool.
Interesting.
Cool.
All right, so we're going to turn the page. And look at that. The 2 halves, the range of the front and the back. But does that mean that they actually built the car that way in 2 sides? The frame is 2 parts?
Yeah, because this is all one assembly. I think this is a part of the car. This will be like the
But it sounds like they're trying to
transverse.
make it exactly the same way because the other cars don't do this.
I think it's
They
a
built from
happy,
the bottom up.
I think it's a happy coincidence.
I wonder.
I think it was a happy coincidence that they're like, all right, if we do it in this way, in this way to build, it'll be just like
Holy bag 4. Well, I guess this is no. That's all
that's our
new.
front. So that's our front. So
Front and final bag. What time is it?
well,
Let's
that
see
will
what
get
we're
us to the end of the book, I think.
at. It's currently 4 o'clock. I don't want to hold you too long.
Well, we can do the bag. Let's see if there's another box in here. There's got to be another box where
We're in box 2 right there.
Did it switch?
Yeah, top of
Oh, no,
corner.
we're still in box 2.
David.
Open again.
Yeah.
That's all box 2. Box 2 must be a big man, Jan.
But we only want to do bag 1 of
We'll
box
just do
2.
bag 1. Yeah.
Right. So
All
we'll
right.
start it so you know where you're at.
You want to hand us box number 2? Lovely assistant off camera.
Now on camera. Oh,
Yeah.
dang! He does. Riley does have nicer hair. I mean, you can kind of hardly see him because of the silhouette from the outside, but Riley's got much nicer hair than Joe. Even though Joe is rocking a pretty killer beard right now.
He uses that Maybelline to help his hair.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
No, it's that horse and mane stuff.
Oh yeah. You know, some people. There's a lot of girls, especially back in high school, that swear to God they use that all the time.
Oh yeah.
And like it's so great. I was like, you're out of your mind. So this is box number 2. You want to show this box?
Oh,
Show us this.
nice.
Slim, awesome. Is it the back end? The tail light?
Yeah. So we got the fender.
Yep. Rear fender.
The rear.
I love this car. I have the little Speed Champion version of it, which is worth about a quarter of what this one is now.
Oh yeah.
The little Bugattis are like $100 now.
Wow. All right.
Everybody's
so
always
this
asking about that.
Technically bag 4, right? But in the box.
Sorry, Kurt, I didn't realize Kurt was saying here. Says, I love Stranger Things. Now we need to get Madison to feel comfortable watching it. Please do more of these. I love this idea. Spent a bunch of the time cleaning while listening. Thanks. Not a problem, Kurt.
5. This one's unnumbered.
We hope that we can do some more streams and stuff too once I get some more staff members back in my store for me.
Get back to some
Normalcy.
normal.
A little bit more normalcy anyway. Yeah, we plan on doing a few more different little events. Dave still has his "What Breaks My Bricks" segment he still has to do. Maybe it should be called "What Breaks My Toe."
No.
So that was a little bit of an extra shock on the screen there. I have to find a better way to mount this camera,
You think we can do this?
or maybe like a separate tripod or something.
Yeah.
Oh, we can knock this out.
Think we can do this?
Yeah, we can knock this out.
It's a lot of beams, but we'll get
Because there's all these little sub plates, some things I can do, whatever
All right.
else too.
You want to set that
Yeah, we'll set this aside,
to the side?
out of the way.
Okay.
Giant bad guy. Giant head and like one of the giant space station.
I used to be a big fan of Lego Spawn, and I'd love to make a Lego version of it. That was a creepy movie. Oh, we put all the pins together?
Why not? Now that they're all color coded, unlike when I was a kid.
Oh, see, this is a sin for me. I like to keep all my little bags separate so I know where stuff is.
But they're all, you're going to use it all. You're going to use it all.
Gonna use it all. So now we're just gonna null these pieces just a little bit. So do a little quick sort, little size comparison joints here. There's this nice little steering. We got steering.
Yeah, we got the knuckles for the.
These, I would imagine these pieces are not that inexpensive either.
No, they're not in a
I would
lot.
figure these are probably pretty pricey. Considering just the 1x4s are like 85 cents or like $1.50.
Yeah, it's probably a couple bucks.
And this is probably, we're pushing a 1x12, 1x14.
Technic definitely has the most expensive pieces that are current and not to a minifig. There are elements.
Good clarification there.
Yeah, there's some elements that you're like, really? It's that much? But it's only in 1 or 2 sets, and it's a very particular orientation.
color.
Yeah.
I'm guessing these
Minifigs are a whole
15s.
other ridiculousness.
Yes.
And Smog's tail. If anybody's got an extra one of Smog's, the end of his tail, sitting in a box.
Probably,
you
one of
don't
our
need,
stores probably does.
let
Should have told me.
I got a Smog that's his tail got eaten by the previous owner's cat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's still there, but it's like, meh.
That doesn't sound very good.
Not in a good shape.
While you're finishing those, I'm starting on this basic frame.
Ooh, we have a clutch,
Uh-oh, clutch gears.
just to make sure we don't strip anything. Oh, look, another one. Just one.
Just one?
Just one. It's an interesting way to do it. All right, are you done
So
yet?
we're going to try to get through this. Am I done yet? I'm getting there. I'm working, man.
I love these big old giant rotors.
I'm a quick builder. If you ask anybody else, I'm a quick builder. Can you hand me the I-beam? Thank you, sir. Luckily, these don't have a. I actually always used to think that these had a direction. Which technically, I guess it doesn't matter if you want this little nub on the inside or outside.
Yeah,
You're not gonna see it.
No, I'm not that. I know people that try to line up all their logo on the logo and stuff.
Dude, there's really good challenges for that because sometimes some pieces just are oriented a certain way you can't use any other way. But that's a fun little challenge if you ever try it.
Down with that.
3x5.
Oh,
It'll be 3x5. And then this one is.
Comparison? It's like Unicron.
Because in the shot, you're actually giants.
Two of those.
He's scary.
He's scary. David is scary. You're right.
David is scary. He's not scary.
Have you seen?
I don't know. Have you seen his toe?
Seen his toe?
There you go. You're on 206.
Things we don't show.
No.
Oh, weird.
For your information, I put my toe on Sunday. So that's what they're making.
It's always about David's toe.
Right? Why is it gonna be about your toe, Dave? You need the yellow.
Bring it up. What do you mean?
We're not bringing it up. You just brought it up. You said my
What are
toe.
you doing? You're over here?
Yep. I'm starting the next little segment for you.
Why did you break it?
Yeah,
Why did you break it, David?
I didn't ask for help. That's why.
Ah, man. Don't you know when it says, team lift? You're supposed to have a team to help you lift? I mean, anybody in retail knows that.
For David, it was, even if it was like the. No,
Good thing we don't
I'm
have.
not going to say that.
It's a good thing we don't have workers' comp here, but we do. So it's like, darn.
You weren't here.
I mean, if I really broke it in Lego, then I'd be getting a lot
What
of.
am I looking for?
I don't know what you're looking for.
What is this?
No, click the blue one.
Oh, that's why.
Doesn't you gotta follow the
I thought it
steps,
was
man?
this in yellow.
Oh,
I
it does kind of look like
was
that.
like, what is it?
It does kind of look like that.
Yeah, because you kind of think this guy's hand again.
Actually, I just finished.
1, 2, 3. There's that. Okay.
That's the next assembly.
And they show like Dad's root beer and Budweiser.
They need a 1x3 beam there.
Yeah, something.
That's weird too. I don't know how I feel about that. I see why they did it.
Can you have 1x3 beam?
Yeah, he doesn't need the.
Bam. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, so it's
Boom.
The other.
Oh, there's one on that side. Yep, you need one of those. I didn't have that part yet. I couldn't do it. Don't blame me.
There we go.
All right, we're 100%?
Yep.
Okay.
It's there.
See, look at that teamwork. Whew. All right. I'm going to try to work on this little assembly over here in this far corner. Whoop. T. See, this is something that I don't get to do very often either, is build with somebody else.
Yeah, usually.
So it's kind of fun. It's a challenge. You get to myself. Oh, where's Boone when you need him? Mr. Boone Langston, the bearded builder man. Would you sing me a song? Boom.
I wonder how long before this.
Would you sing me a
He's just like,
song
no.
today?
No.
Boone, sing us a song. No, not really feeling today.
My vocals are attached to all the guesses I've been.
What does it attach to?
must
What
happen
does it
later on.
attach to? What
It's
does it
just-
attach? It should just be hanging there for
Just
now.
hanging.
Hanging out. Oh, you got these first.
What?
You gotta do this first.
I have to.
Well, I can't add the mod for you because you have the assembly,
I'm gonna
sir.
have to get off soon because my battery's dying.
Around the world
Stop checking this.
Another one.
it's the
Another
same
one.
old place
He's not
And
What is
we
name?
did last week.
62,000 there.
Not a thing to do.
Getting in the layer. Okay.
To talk to you. It's all right. It's all. You know what song that's from? That's the theme song. That 70s show. That's right. I was wishing they would do that 80s show afterwards. We were talking about it.
No, because they had.
My assembly is correct, sir. That's kind of weird.
Please flip to the next page.
Page number 148.
When you hear this sound.
Step number 217. On WBAM, your BAM radio station. Should totally do that. It's like a podcast. WBAM, the real brick.
Then you're going home and going to town.
Hopefully, people will watch this later on and just laugh.
hopefully
Well,
either at us or with us. I'm
And the nice
okay
thing
either
is,
way.
this is being recorded, so hopefully I can figure out a way to do a time lapse, but I don't know if it'll work because those time lapse stuff you have to just kind of do.
Well,
But
we
I think
didn't do like the.
But I have
overhead.
a setup for it where I should be able to actually go ahead and go over it and just fast forward record it and press it down, so it looks like it's time
I don't know
lapse.
what we're building here. What do we have this?
Are you on 218 right now?
No. I'm
You
just
finished up
thinking
218?
like, what is this going to do later in the build? I'm trying to think.
Well, it's going to marry to that. I got a
What do
feeling.
you think?
I have a feeling that's what this is for.
So you think
Right
this
down
is
middle.
this will be the front?
Yep.
This is the back.
Yep.
Okay. That
Yep.
could be it.
I wholeheartedly agree.
But there's a thing. We got a thing going.
You got a thing going on? Got a thing going on.
What is this? Red, and then do we have another blue? There it is.
There is a blue here. It goes on the gray, which you need, which should be
How
a
long is the
level
gray?
5, number 5. That's one thing about the like forced perspective views. It gets kind of hard to figure out the actual length of things. Like that does not look like it's that
Doesn't look
long.
like it.
Okay. So we're moving on to step number 221.
Holy
We
assembly.
have over here.
Buddy helped you. You're right.
Is that 3 of them? Yep. That's kind of an awkward orientation for these. 3x5 arm, please, sir.
More of these.
Yeah, show me a couple. Show me a couple.
It's a raccoon.
You're a raccoon.
Oh, he's a raccoon.
Trash panda. Is that worse? So much worse.
So much worse.
Kids don't repeat that.
It's a raccoon. They do kind of look
They
like.
look like raccoons that hang out in your trash,
Yeah.
or a panda, whatever. They look like a panda. The eyes. I'm gonna stop while I'm not ahead. Dave put us in that position.
There's nothing here.
You know what we should do, Joe?
What?
We should do a Lego ASMR video.
A.
SMR.
Why would we want to do that?
Just play with some Lego and just sound of rain in your ear, Lego rain in your ears. You can hear the sweet sounding voices of Joe and Ryan.
Yeah. What is that one app where it's like sleep? The guy puts you to sleep.
This is the sound of my voice.
When I am super tired,
Super monotone.
I've been this way probably since grade school. When I am really tired, like I get woke up in the middle of the night, can't go back to sleep, I hear Rockabye Baby in like 1/8 speed in my brain.
That's interesting.
Not the words, just that like.
Well, my phone's gonna die now.
And it's like you need to go to sleep.
Whole day next time.
Exactly.
You caught me.
So we got this guy here.
I got you.
It's been tough, like since work started back
Hot
up. Haven't
filters.
been able to build as much. I do miss joining, like with you guys or Boom Builds and doing some of those. Like I haven't been able to do any of those shows.
Well, from what I hear, you're basically living at work now. I heard you had a cot set up in back and
It's not quite
sleeping
that bad.
bag, a coffee maker, nice little Keurig over there.
Where I work, I work in retail. We have augmented hours, so our hours are like 11 to 7.
Is that like augmented reality?
So the problem is I don't have a morning and I don't have a night because I could get up, take care of, mess with kiddos, get everything ready for the day.
How many kids do you have, Joe?
I have 3 of them.
That's right. Don't forget your
And Rue, the poodle.
poodle.
All right.
I'm working on step 229, 228, 229, and then 230.
Okay, that's why we didn't. Yeah, that's what I need.
That's 228.
This was still.
So it's sliding in from the back through. Nope. Goes through the yellow. Through your yellow 3-piece there. In the middle. Yep. There you go. It goes that away and fits right between
That was not. Oh, I see why they did.
the sandwich did in there.
They should have had to put this piece on and push
Afterwards?
the axles down. Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
For those with not as agile fingers.
This guy. Yep. Right up top. And then that gets married together. It's all part of marriage. Love and marriage.
Great.
Love and marriage.
Series.
Go
My
together
dad's
like
cats
horse
are
and
hanging out.
carriage.
That's the name of his cats.
This I tell you, brother. You can't have one without the other.
Is this red going through here?
Red is going through there. Yes.
It's a lot to meld it together.
And then it should end up pressing all the way together so they have one length of gray up there. That is correct, sir. You are now put together. And then you get a whole step for one little bushing.
See,
You got one little bushing on the red.
why are they gotta be that way?
Put a little bushing on the red. Here's one. Put a little bushing on the red. Put a little bushing on the red. All right.
Now we got our clutch. Goes up on the top here.
And 3-axle. We need these. Red first. Red goes on the red. Underneath the clutch. Then yellow 3-axle goes in. Look at that. 2 whole steps for 3 parts. Woo, big times.
Yeah. You remember when we were
times
kids,
2.
it was like
Times 2. You want to hand me one?
they didn't even tell you
Double up.
what they didn't even tell you what parts you needed in the step. You just had to
Find
like
them.
that I Spy. You just had to keep going back and forth. Step 2, step 1, step 2.
Which part is different?
Step 3, step 4, step 4.
You know what would be really funny is if in one of these Lego directions they just do like Waldo in there from like the Where's Waldo books, and just see if anybody notices. Like the first person to find out where Waldo is gets like the set for free, like gets reimbursed or something.
Well,
Maybe like a $300 set. And then they put him like just a little head, like peeking out, like just a little tentacle, like.
I found it. Hold on. These
Hey
are
Nick,
11s.
Nick, try not to drag the chairs,
You need
okay?
11.
I need another 5, sir.
You need another 5?
Yep, it's 2 5s on each end.
Yep. And this goes. No, not that one.
Hey Joe, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, which guy?
Do you want to build a snowman?
No. I let it go.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Let it go.
You know, some of those games out there you have to use like word titles to answer questions. It's like, hey Joe, like what?
We used to,
I've got
we used
a
to challenge
feeling.
each other to have a conversation in song titles.
Yeah. Yep. It was fun. It's a good time.
Yeah.
Looks like our store's getting pretty busy out there. We got lots of audience out there.
It's almost as if.
We were a real store. I'm just kidding. We do sell stuff. We are a store. It doesn't
Get it?
exist. I got to that.
I'll
Yes.
take care of your.
Oh, I didn't get the orange
I'll take
yet.
care of
Will you put my orange piece in?
Only a little.
I have no comment on that at this point, Joe. This is a kid-friendly show.
That's right. I really am. I want something to happen here.
Kurt says he's been laughing the majority of the time. You guys are great. So, Kurt, we are glad that we can make you and only you right now excited and make you laugh. That helps us.
So we were talking about just a little. This will be for Kurt. We live
Just
in-
remember that this is okay. Just
That's
remember
fine.
this is recorded.
No, this is
Okay.
fine. He'll get. It's like a Disney joke. Like he'll get it. But then
Did you already make this?
No.
Oh, there you go. There's a little peen.
We lived in Tennessee, and there's a little town.
Little town in Tennessee?
In Memphis, and it's on the border between Memphis and Mississippi. And then there was South Haven, which was technically
Did you do that one yet?
in Mississippi.
I do that.
Did I put that in the right spot? No. There's only one of these.
3 pins.
Goes on the other one. See, I missed the symbol again.
Dang it, Joe.
Keep missing the rotate.
Joe is having problems. I'm just gonna be like, I should just commentate nice and close like this, so everybody can hear me.
Like real.
Here's Joe Dorsey lining up
Lived
for
in
the
South
putt.
Haven, and the city, after they bought their house, built a water tower in their backyard, like a 200-foot tall water tower. Was literally the foot of the tower was right against your yard.
I don't know how I feel about
The
that.
slogan for South Haven in their backyard, they saw every day. The slogan for South Haven was just the tip. So every day when they came home, they'd see this giant water tower with a slogan on it.
It's terrible.
It's a terrible slogan.
It's terrible. It's terrible
I was
everything.
like, how do you think that's impacting their property values right now? Probably hard to sell a house when that's the first thing you see.
That's a good point. That is a good point.
All right, where are we going here?
Are you all set with this one now too? Or not yet? Just gonna double check because everyone seems to be joining us on YouTube today. I don't know if anybody really joined us on Facebook. Oh, we did have
We've
some.
only been doing it for 3 hours. We may want to check it.
Yeah, 2:45. I don't know why. No, it's there. We're right there.
There we are.
See, we're watching ourselves stream. See, look at that. Eventually, this number 1 up here will turn to 2. See if I click on it.
Inception.
And I'm going to mute this down. Eventually, this number 1 will turn to 2.
I don't see where they stuck this.
Oh, look, there's actually closed captioning now, too.
Oh, wow.
Wow, look at that.
I wonder the accuracy level.
It's not that great,
Not that great.
but we'll see.
Let's try words just to mess it up.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
What is it?
Okay.
We're just going to take a pause to see what happens.
I gotta see. Yeah, you tell me when it comes up. I want to see what it changes it into.
How the great is. Let's see. Let's try words.
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing at all.
That's funny. But it's better than nothing.
So apparently, Facebook captioning cannot caption out
handle
supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Mary Poppins.
Which, by the way, I learned how to spell back when I was 11 by typing it out from my computer to have it speak when they had, like the computer speak. So it's actually spelled SUPERCALIFRAGILISTICEXPIALADICIOUS.
You know, Ryan, it is hard to believe that you are not single.
Wow, Joe, that hurts my feelings. Surprisingly, everybody that knows me, I mean, I've been married for going on 14 years.
In a row?
14? 15? In a row. Solid.
Just checking.
You know, no breaks. You know, one wife. How's it going, everybody? Hi. We've been happily married since January 7th, 2006.
6? Nice.
2006. So we're at, I guess it would be 14 and a half years right now.
Nice.
Almost close on. So almost 15 years. It's kind of crazy.
They go quicker.
Yeah, well,
They go
some years were much tougher than others. I will tell you that. But yeah, no, I've always had a lot of girlfriends in my life, and that was one of the things when I started dating my current wife, my only wife, is that she had to be okay. No. She had to be okay with the fact that I had other friends that were girls. I had about 80% of my friends were girls.
Yeah.
And that wasn't just because of whatever, but it was
Just
how
worked
it
out.
rolled. And being in band and knowing the cheerleaders and the pep girls and the choir girls and everything else, I just knew a lot of people. And I said, if you're not comfortable with it, if you're one of the jealous types, this isn't going to work. So I'm not going to waste my time. That was, I think, date number 2.
That's good.
And she said, no, I'm fine with it. I was like, okay. And I mean, she survived, you know, our marriage survived through that and working at Victoria's Secret for 4 or 5 years with over 100 other women. So
retail life, yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
Not every spouse is made for that.
no.
I
So-
like that. So mine as well. Because she got the retail.
And Joe just realized that my mic is literally right in front of your face.
Oh,
Which, by the way, I have this nice new shock mount for my microphone, which seems to work very well as I move it around.
we've got a lot going on here.
So I can just block out my son right there. He's like, whoop, where'd Nicholas go? He's gone. Nope, you're not. You're hiding. Not on my screen. See, we like playing with our kids. We have fun. But I am going to try to move this up out of the way. This falls like crazy. I'm going to try to fix this real quick. Here we go. So now my mic is mostly out of the way. I just feel bad that nobody can see my beautiful face.
Yeah, it's just the tip now.
Joe, terrible.
What?
Terrible.
South Haven, Mississippi, people.
Terrible.
Oh, in the face.
In the face.
More like in the foot.
One of these days. And David gets hurt in the foot. Broken toe. Coming 2021, Broken Toe takes on the
so
world
Going back to the beginning of the screen.
with only 9
Hold on.
toes.
ABACABB. No one ever chimed in.
I don't. Well, I think Kurt has been the only
We
one.
just referenced what it's from.
Life experiences with Ryan. Yeah, no, it's gonna be called True Moments. No,
No,
it's gonna
we just referenced. That is the blood code for Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat for the blood.
on
Yes.
Sega. Because there wasn't blood code on.
Right. There was not later on, and then eventually they said the heck with it and brought blood
My
everywhere.
dad got so upset that I knew it. He did. It was like there was no.
What was fun about it too is you can actually use the code in the arcade too, and turn it on, and then some people are like, "Oh my god!" But and you had to do it. I think every single play. I mean, if your quarters ran out, you had to do it all over again.
Yeah, I didn't. It was always a line. I don't remember playing it very much.
And then there were cheats to get certain figures and stuff, or certain characters right away too.
Yes.
Like before, like in the character
You could
screen.
unlock Smoke and or Reptile in the first one.
I was always a fan of Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero.
He was one of my favorites.
I like
Sub-Zero.
Scorpion. I like to get over here.
Get over here!
And I did Liu Kang quite a bit.
Yeah. I still like the Mortal Kombat theme song.
The first thing I could remember downloading on the internet and printing off were all of the fatalities.
Oh yeah. Well, there. I don't know if you remember this or not, but actually, I think it was the original. I don't know. Well, I know the movie had it too. The Mortal Kombat movie had a soundtrack that had a lot of really cool music into it.
It was almost better than.
Liu Kang, Johnny Cage.
Where does this go?
On the assembly somewhere.
Yeah, but it gets oriented in this fashion.
So yes, hopefully we are going to have some more shows coming up soon. If you are watching this either live or recorded later at some point. And we are about almost 3 hours in. Dave is going to be doing another stream called What Breaks My Bricks or Toes, whichever one's come first, apparently.
If you enjoyed listening to David complain about what
about Lego and the things that Lego does or didn't do, that's what you're going to want to watch. If not, Becca and I are also working on trying to set up another type of vlog podcast thing, or we're just going to kind of hang out and kind of do this kind of just hanging out. Maybe we'll talk relationships. Maybe we'll talk some other things. Get kind of more intrigued with other things. But we're gonna have some more fun and try to go live a little bit more than we have been in the near past, I guess you want to call it.
Yeah, we just transition everything from being closed to open and
yes,
all the stuff.
I'm not gonna lie though, Joe. I do like the fact of having multiple microphones.
Yeah,
so I may have to pick up another one.
Go for it. These are kind of hard to get right now.
No, I found a place.
Oh, you got a guy?
For $20 off.
Yeah, I got mine for $100, and they were like $250 on eBay during closure.
Well, everybody's going after those other. There's Blue makes the mic as well, and then there's the Blue Yeti.
The Yeti, yeah.
And then and the other one too. But this round mic I think is kind of interesting. I like the fact that it's got like an old school shock mount or whatever to it. But yours looks more quote unquote professional, like it should be in a studio somewhere.
And it's a good quality mic. I do have another one that I tried out. I like it, but it's more towards like instruments because it's not only the mic, but it also has a 1/4-inch plug, so you can do your guitar.
Yes, into it.
And you can mix everything in the mic, which is good. But I let the wife use that one when she goes live. So.
Yeah.
I found this one for such a screaming deal.
Yeah, so we do have some more shows coming up that we're gonna have some fun with. We're trying to get some more, possible Lego Masters contestants and other Lego A-Falls and stuff like that involved in some shows. And I think I have an idea for one, which I really want to try to get a lot of people for it because with this new software that we're using, or not really new software, but they have an update for it. I think StreamYard allows up to 12 people now instead of 6.
That's a lot. I can get a little busy.
So I'm kind of curious how that would work, and I really want to try it out and try to push the limits to see what would happen. So one of these days, I'm going to try to get, possibly you, Dave, maybe some of our Lego Masters friends, maybe Mark over at Brick World, and some of the other ones involved. Boys, if you guys are going to be loud, you guys are going to have to leave. Hey. Sorry, guys. Boys. Shh. Hey.
It's getting exciting.
Nicholas, Michael. Hey, are you listening to me? If you guys want to be in here, you need to be quiet, or you'll need to leave.
Look, I remembered the logo. Turn.
Ah, the flip motion.
Now we got it. All right, so now I'm gonna
So yeah, but if you guys are here, say hi. If you guys want to join us, we can send you the link. Just say, hey, I'd like to join. If you have a video, camera, microphone, whatever you want, you can come join in and talk to us, have some fun. Maybe make fun of us for being on bag 4 after almost 3 hours.
I will say this is.
But the engine, everything is a lot quicker. It's the transmission that's the hardest part always.
Yes, you got to pay attention or you're gonna mess that up. So these are gonna go in here and this orientation
Like that. It's cool that it hangs there. Just hanging out. Hanging out.
This is like the pre-marriage. They're just hanging out.
Yep. They're just Netflix and chilling.
Yeah. Remember when you thought you were busy before kids?
Oh, I don't even want to talk about that anymore.
I was like, oh, I'm so busy.
So you
And then
mean
you got kids, and you're like, I wasn't busy at all.
the time before kids and whatever else? So you're talking like 1987?
Well, it was a little bit later. We were
No.
2011.
Yeah, no. I was.
I remember thinking, wow, I'm really busy. And then I remember years later going like, I wasn't busy at all.
Yeah, no. It's never ending now. I mean, just last night, I had to fix my shower head last minute because my son and my wife decided to break my shower head.
Uh-oh.
And so that was a quick fix. Luckily, quick trip over to Menards and get a new shower head, unscrew it, put it back, done.
I like the Menards.
But then this morning, I wake up to my wife saying, "Oh yeah, the boys' toilet is acting up and it doesn't want to turn off."
Is that where the shower head was?
And that was a problem. No, that's surprisingly.
Put it in there.
But the hard water in Crest Hill actually, got to we have a special fill valve for our toilet that actually cleans the tank at the same time. And there's a shutoff for it at the top that actually gets kind of corroded and doesn't want to pop back out.
Do its thing.
So
I can sympathize. I'm on well, and we have a lot of iron.
Yes,
in our
yes.
well water,
so luckily, I did have a spare that we haven't used that was already open. So luckily, I just drain the tanks, flush the toilet, turn the water off, make a huge water mess all over the floor. Which of course, one towel fix is what I call them. The one towel fix. Swap it out, screw it back in, and have the thing up and running again in about 5 minutes. But that's not what I wanted to do at 8:30 this morning before trying to get to work and prep for not only my Chamber of Commerce meeting but this stream. So it was a little busy this morning and hectic. But yes, I don't think I would have ever been so busy in my life as being married and having kids.
Yes, it is a full time.
And I don't think I could have ever planned to be busier. Right, Chris? As he shakes his head.
So the front.
I feel so bad I haven't even touched this whole book.
No, you're fine. The front, the
Joe's
drive
probably
shafts
actually moving
are
quicker than I am.
significantly smaller. There doesn't seem like it's going to be able to move as much. It's kind of weird. Usually, when you make something, you try to have symmetry in the suspension. Otherwise, it gets all boogered up when you're working on it. But this one does not.
I have a feeling though it's going to run smoother than you think it is.
Well, I think it will too because it's not like a 4x4 where there's a lot of travel. This has probably got a.
You're working on this where you're getting ready to connect them?
Maybe a stud of travel on each side.
So right now, Joe is connecting the CV axles to
Trying to get
the
it all popped together.
CV joints.
Hopefully this
and
is the
into
next
the
step.
thing.
Is this the next step?
That is the next step.
Okay, perfect. Because this is
So this is going to lock all of the wheels in on both
it's
sides.
about to fall apart every time I touch it.
Yeah, so you have the bottoms in now. You're working on the top ends this time. So these are the upper and lower control arms for the front, as they are called if you're a car aficionado.
Okay, there we go. And yeah, see, it does not have as much.
You're talking about the range of motion?
Yeah, the range of motion is a little bit less. But I bet they needed this anchor point because the fairings are so,
That is not a lot. That's going to be
Not a lot.
But you know what? It might just be an overall low car, too.
Yes, it's just not. It's not.
Because I'm comparing to the Porsche. The Porsche had a lot of.
It did. Oh, more than it probably should have.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I guess it's more realistic as far as the
Here we
rates
go.
of change
Stick
and
that
stuff.
On there, and then same on the other side. And then
For all that?
this little thing. Need the little.
Did you get the little 3x5s on there, too? Nope, just 2 3x5s. I need. They go along these two inner court.
3x5?
Yep, there's one. There's the other one.
Right here in front of you.
Ah.
If it was a snake, it would.
It would bite me. Somebody poisoned the water hole.
I was watching Toy Story 4 again for the who knows how many times.
But I'm not gonna lie, though. Toy Story 4 is
It's
pretty
really
awesome.
good. Like when you watch 1 and then 4, just the opening scenes, you're like, whoa! Like it could almost be real, like the water when they're out in the rain and all that.
Well,
But
Toy Story was like one of the first main
Yeah.
animated movies.
Yeah.
It
So
was Pixar's. Like,
yes. Well, I mean,
It hasn't aged. It's aged well as far as the story, but
Yes.
as far as like the
the animation itself, the graphics,
Yeah.
well, everything
Well,
changed.
everything.
I mean, night and day.
But I was watching the scene with Gabby where he first meets Gabby and they pulls a string and he's like, oh, that sounds so good. And I was just like, that's so weird, like creepy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're creepy, Gabby.
What's
Christina Hendricks does the voice for that, and I didn't pick up on that. I had to actually IMDb it.
Oh, really?
Like, wow,
I've been amazed at who does voices for some of these actors and stuff. Like, my wife and I just recently watched Hamilton.
Okay, yeah.
Well, what was it? 3 weeks ago. I think we watched it the same day,
Same week,
actually.
yep.
And didn't realize that the gentleman who plays King George
Mm-hmm.
is also the gentleman who plays Kristoff and Sven in Frozen. And is
Voice wise,
and is also the guy who plays the lead. I guess you want to call him like anti-boyfriend in Glee to
Yes.
the main character.
yes.
So I'm just trying to figure out where this is going here. This is going over here. Actually, that way outwards. Wow, why are they doing it outwards? That's so strange. See on the other side?
Mm-hmm.
Identicale. So realizing how many parts he had, I was like, so wait a minute. You telling me that this guy is Sven Glee and King George? Like, what is going on?
It is a byproduct of like as you excel in any domain, your opportunities increase. So like
Okay.
that's how you get
Sure.
Bezos, right? That's how you get these people who are hyper effective
That way?
and efficient
I believe.
and earning so much is because like the more you go, the better you do.
Unless you tank and fall hard.
I mean,
You don't know that's just
the
as
actor
much.
who played Uncle Phil played Shredder in the Old Ninja Turtle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, like,
Well, I mean, I was so
so
shocked when I learned that Mark Hamill, who plays Luke Skywalker, was the Joker in Batman the Animated Series. Like, what? And then I think it was at it wasn't San Diego Comic-Con. I don't know. Are you giving
I always
us parts
thought it
or
would be
just
funny,
here?
like if I lived in Hollywood and you run into celebrities all the time, to like tell them that you
Um,
loved them in something that was so obscure.
This is not correct.
That's not correct.
But Mark actually talks about like
They're opposite directions.
he's got a whole like video on
Wait, what? No, never mind.
like
I was.
how he voices.
you.
It's just weird how I didn't see the arrow there.
Just
Like,
like
wait,
if you
what
ever
is-
ran into
what is
Billy
going on here?
Zane on the street and you just were like, "Oh, I loved you in Back to the Future 2,"
Okay.
and they're like, "What?"
Billy Zane.
Yeah, he's one of the thugs for Biff in Back to the Future 2.
Interesting.
And Elijah Wood, he's playing the. You got to use your hands. That's a kid's toy.
Is that it? Really?
That's him. So I always thought it would be funny to try to like pick up these really weird, like if I ever ran into Jim Carrey, be like, "Oh, I loved you in Once Bitten," just these random, really early in their career, crazy movies, and then just have them be like, "What? You think that's my best work?"
You saw that?
Exactly.
No, but Jim Carrey in Liar Liar was hilarious.
Oh yeah,
That was real funny for me.
but it's almost like an anti
All right, so I need the two of these.
compliment.
Yes. Oh, but now, see, I didn't see the flip. We got the
Okay,
flip.
Fair point.
But I mean, who's to say that wasn't a really good moment of their life?
Oh, what? Yeah, no.
And honestly, if you didn't have the small roles, you would never have the big ones.
But exactly. But who is like, "Oh, I loved you," in the most obscure thing you've ever.
But would you rather have an okay movie that you're in for 45 minutes, or would you have a really, really great movie that you were in for like?
Well, it's the
20
same.
seconds.
Like, do you want to be the best?
And your
player?
line was like one of the whole like show me the money kind of lines.
Yeah.
And everybody remembered it and like, oh yeah, I remember that one time.
Well, that's the Along Came Polly story where the kid from the fictional movie, it's like that kind of thing. No. What was I going to say before that? I can't remember. Can't remember what.
The mental capacities of Joe Dorsey. I'm just kidding.
I can only carry one.
Thought at a time.
Well, unless you ask me a question, because my brain is instantaneously in answer question mode, and everything else just dumps from the ROM.
Is that due to work? Is that from work?
This is how I am wired. I can have a lot of thoughts going on until there's one question that I didn't ask myself. Because I like to filter through and
Sure.
really play it over.
Yeah.
That's
See what's
not
going
what
on.
we were talking about before. So
Okay.
I
That
feel like
appears
that's
to be
upside
right.
down, but
No.
that's so weird.
Right?
You think the control arms are going to attach to the bottom?
Hold on. Nope. It's definitely
Yeah.
that way. Okay. Pass this over to you. Ooh, lime green. I'm just more excited about that.
The three of them.
Well, you only need 2. I love how LEGO says, "Oh, we don't give you extra parts. It's just how the system measures it." It's like, no, you purposely give any extra part. It's a 1x2, which threw me off because one of the 2020 Speed Champion sets actually has an extra 1x4 tile in it, printed tile for the top of the roof. And I was like, this is wrong, and it wasn't. It was actually that way. Oh, it's the Ferrari. That's what it was. It was the new Ferrari. It's a red 1x4 tile with a black 1x2 print square rectangle.
Well, I've had there's some set like in the Crocodile they give you. There's a few things where they'll give you 2 because there's 2 different stickers and you can switch them in and out. The Avengers Tower I just did same thing. There's a 1x4 that you put a sticker on, but there's 2 versions of that TV, so you
Okay.
get another 1x4.
Nice.
So you get to put the sticker on both pieces.
All right, later, Kurt. Thanks for joining us today.
We're doing it for us.
That's right. This is just fun. But why not record it and interact with the audience? I got your little studs for you.
Lime green.
Little cufflinks.
We didn't rotate or anything. Did we?
There is no rotation here, no.
Okay, so we're still.
So those are still upwards.
They're just-
Yep, they just popped in. Yep. Just some filler thing. Who knows? All right. So from a lower point of view, that is going. That's a weird spot to put that. Yeah,
It actually needs to be.
on the bottom.
I got rid of some. I collected them and got rid
9?
of them. This thing.
9.
9. It's like I need a 9 blade. Give me a 12 blade.
Okay. That is a unique LEGO perspective. They don't usually do the.
I know. That's what I was saying. Is like I'm trying to look at it. I was like, I don't know what they did here.
Hurt my brain, man.
And
But no, if I ever run into a celebrity, I'm gonna do my absolute best to tell them I really.
have you ever met a
in the
celebrity?
most obscure.
I was curious about this.
Not really. No.
I would say, oh no, I can't say that. I would say, yeah. Have you ever
I've
met a
few-
celebrity?
Some NASCAR guys, but I wouldn't call them celebrities. They're race car drivers.
But
before the sport got huge.
in the sport though,
Yeah.
they're celebrities.
But
So they're
like
celebrities.
I had dinner with Jeff Bodine. He drove the QVC car back in the late '90s, early 2000s.
Okay.
He offered me some of his lobster.
Piece of the car? Oh no! Oh really?
He's like, we were sitting there eating it like a Morgan Steakhouse or something like that.
And he was gonna give you his lobster?
Yeah, I was like, this is huge. Like I can't eat all this. He was just a down there kind of guy.
It was probably like $150 lobster dinner
Oh,
or
it was
something.
ridiculous. I'm sure the bill was. So,
Astronomical.
where am I putting this? On the bottom?
You are putting
This
this,
is so awkward.
above the gray one. Yeah.
This is just kind of different.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah, that's right.
Weird.
With this sticking out.
Hey, steering axle.
Oh, so this is all going to rest in there. That's what's going on. Here's these two.
All right, so this is inverted upside down.
Yeah, so it does. The control arms are on the bottom. That's kind of different. Usually you'd have the knuckle at the top.
And he means the knuckle is the steering knuckle.
Yeah. But yeah, there's not. I mean, the turning radius is pretty shallow.
Yeah, there's not much. This would not be a very good RC car.
No.
Even though you can turn the Porsche into a pretty good RC car.
Yeah.
The Porsche's like built for it almost. Sense some rubber band action. Actually, no, this wouldn't have rubber bands.
I do have one more, don't we?
That's just an extra, though, I think.
They gave us.
It was over by the phone.
Yeah, I
by
put it
phone.
in the extra.
Extra.
Ooh, that phone was blowing up. I guess Rachel called at one point.
Oh, huh?
Oops.
We're almost there.
Step 283. All you need is the links in the end.
And then, so this is going to orient with
And then
this.
it's inverted, oriented.
Oh,
goes
so that's
up.
why they put them there to stop it.
From oversteering. Does it really matter, Joe?
Yes.
It does actually.
Section
It really does
S.
matter. Yep. Inverted. Yep. And then those should pin into those.
Is this supposed to be facing down? Hold up. Something's feeling a little funky. Get funky. Can you tell?
Hold on. Hold
I
on.
feel like these are on. These
Let me
should
see.
be on the
Let me
top
see.
because the angle is going to be way too far out of the slot. Here.
Your wheels are mounted upside down. Your wheels are mounted upside down.
Okay.
So these are still facing that orientation, so these need to come out.
Yeah.
So pull the little ball pin out.
Hold on. No, this part.
Right. But I'm pulling this off because it's going to have to flip the
Yeah,
other way.
I have to flip the other way. In order to do that, I have to take it off.
You have to detach it.
Dang it.
Joe didn't see back in the step earlier when you attached those. It said make sure you mount it this way, not this way. Joe didn't do that.
I missed. It would be a Technic build if you didn't have to.
See, Joe, you missed this.
Yep. I sure did.
I was looking at it. I was like, oh, Joe's gonna get it. He didn't get it. This is the problem here, folks.
Well, no. I was
Pay attention to your directions.
I was so focused on the fact that the axles were different. Remember, I was talking to you about that.
Yep.
Like,
But
this
that's
is
what
not
you gotta
gonna
pay
have-
attention to right there.
This is not going to have very much motion. I remember saying that.
All right, go for it.
That's rather delicate.
Hey, Michael.
There we go.
Michael. Can,
Somewhere else. Okay.
I'm kind of curious how this all sounds at the end.
At the end.
Nobody really said we were too loud or anything, so I'm kind of interested.
Okay, so this goes from this side on the final.
It's one thing with Technic builds too is they always take a lot longer than regular standard builds because you have to deal with all of
Even
them.
the disassemble, like. when you-
Oh God, disassembling a Technic sets is worse than putting them together. I
You gotta
think.
almost know, like, all right, I gotta figure out which.
You have to remember how you put it together.
Yeah.
If
What
you
one
just,
pin is holding this entire thing together right now.
I wonder if someone gave you a Technic set, a decent sized Technic set, let's say like the other Porsche, the white and black one,
Mhm.
and just gave it to you and said, "Here, take it apart," and you had no idea how it went together. How long could you take it apart? How long would it take to take it
That
apart?
one, I don't think that
And
one.
have a take apart challenge as opposed to
That
a
one
build
wouldn't
challenge.
be too hard. The one that got me was because I bought it secondhand built was the bucket excavator.
Oh yeah.
How they-
Oh,
How they
terrible.
attach the assembly that
Yeah, it's on
rotates
top.
to the bottom. There's parts in there that I was like, I can't.
Well,
figure out how to get it
one
apart.
one of them was brought into us, and we actually didn't know what was wrong with it because it just didn't work and it was binding. So we actually had to take it apart to figure it out, and it was rough to try to
Yeah, there's,
see what's going on with that.
You gotta know. All
You
so
gotta
now that's
know.
back in there.
I'll show you David.
Now this is upside down because we just changed it all around. But that's fine. We'll come back to it. Okay. What orientation should this be in
Okay.
then?
So
Hold on, let me do the other wheel and then we'll figure it out. Just take it off. Don't lose that. We'll have to put those back on.
I vote.
what are you doing, silly goose? You said cute. Uh huh.
I'm not flicking the gun on shit. I'm disarming.
Struggling there, Joe.
It's delicate.
Joe hit the struggle bus.
This is not meant to be done this way.
I will say though, Joe, last time we had a stream with Brickworld, your mic and audio sounded much better.
Yeah,
With that new mic.
It is much nicer.
I'm kind of curious how much of their sound is picking up in your mic, if any.
Oh,
It
what?
shouldn't really.
Watch it and see. You're in post it.
Well, yeah, I'll fast forward.
Okay,
to
there we go. We are back to level 1. So
Okay.
this is we gotta do it upside down like this.
Yeah.
This goes in
That way.
oriented like
Yep,
this.
yep.
With the control arms.
Yeah, just put on the other side.
I'm gonna talk.
Yep, top to bottom.
Perfect. There we go. We're back on track.
And then we just got to make sure we put those pins back in where they're supposed
Yeah,
to
we
be.
gotta figure out. We go on this side. I don't know if they go up or down.
Trying to go back to
There
where
you go. That's
we.
good. That's good. So if I'm looking at it this way, man, I can't wait till we put something in that holds that there. So in
That
this
orientation.
these come
Face outwards enough. Yep.
There we go. Okay. We are back on track.
I have a ball.
Back to normal.
Right? I have a ball.
We're having a lot of flubs. We didn't have hardly any with the lever
Check this bond, David.
when we did that wrong. All right. What orientation?
So we're getting ready to sandwich
Back
the two
to
halves
this way.
together. Yep.
Okay. And
So off
this
of
way.
the black pins down there. Yep, it goes up. Correct. Wait a minute.
Now, I'm like,
Did you do that?
not anymore.
Okay, no. Yeah, you put this. You put that backwards.
Oh,
Now,
there we go.
Excellent in first. There we
There we
go.
go.
There we go. Now you get the four pins. Those are going into the top of the two pieces you just got in, and the looks like the top front. Yeah, getting ready to be pushed in, and then those are going to go in all the way when we marry the two pieces together. So 2 and 2.
Okay.
Okay. So now with this axle side facing me, and those fronts facing that way.
Do it.
Do it. Do it. These
Get
should
the
slide.
chop off. Does he ever say that? Is that a real line from a real movie?
You know what? There's been debate about that, actually.
Yeah, that little dingly piece at the bottom. Yeah.
I can't do it. I just can't do it.
I don't think we're gonna use that piece.
There it goes. You threw that, and I thought something popped out when I did this. I was like, oh god, no! Yay! Yay! There is wheel drive, and a gear thing that doesn't do anything, and another one that doesn't do anything yet.
Okay, what's the top one?
Wait a minute.
No, see?
That goes right in here.
You gotta turn it the other way. And then flip it over.
Oh yeah. Wait. Seriously?
Yep.
I hate how they it's not. It's weirdly elevated now. This is throwing me off. Seems like it pins right there,
Yeah, it goes all
All the way next to it, right?
Against it. Yep.
and that doesn't attach anywhere
Attached. There's the other one.
yet. A lot of stuff just sits here. I'm noticing. Like you could just rotate this around.
Now you're gonna
and
shove
play this through.
how long?
I need a 9 and a 5.
Here's
The
the
9
9.
is going into.
Through the dingly part, the back dingly part.
I thought that was going to be the 5. Oh nope, the 9's right there. Okay.
And then there's the 5 for the front dingly.
Then I gotta make sure this is all lined up. You don't want to bend our axles.
Especially through the dingly thing.
The dingly thing. That's right.
I'm glad that we are taking care of that because was
And this is through right there. Is that really another dingly thing? Oh, it is. Oh,
Yeah.
geez, hold on. That's actually what?
they're dual dingles.
But I'm at an. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. You did something wrong, sir.
Why?
The side's off by one. It needs the whole thing needs to be moved back one.
Oh,
See where
this.
it's lined up?
Oh, that's easy.
I was like, I'm trying to put it together. Like, what the hell did
Oh
he
no,
do?
that's not so easy. Oh, we like that. How lucky are we?
So far, if you've been keeping tally of the errors, Brian has 2, Joe has 6. So if you guys are joining us at all, please make sure you guys say hi. Let us know who you are, what you're up to. We're currently building the LEGO Technic Bugatti. We're approximately 3 hours in on bag 4 of box number 2, or bag 1 of box number 2, I guess. However it's worked. And we're just trying to finish this step, and then we're going to take the day break and let everybody get some dinner or whatever else. And then we will hopefully do a build number 2 I don't know, maybe sometime next week or something. Try to do the
Let's see if
second
we-
half.
Yeah. figure
Part
out
2?
something.
Part dos. We were going to try to get as much of this done as we could, but it's
I'm surprised we got as far as we did because I knew this was the most complicated part.
yes. After this, it's all just putting stuff on, framing and.
Still not feeling well about this. So this is against it.
I want to see.
Yep.
Okay.
And then once you're done, I can put this through the dingleberry.
And David,
Right. This one's here. This little white one.
I saw.
Well, I haven't gotten to that. Oh yeah. And then I can slide this in. Then you can do those two little things. Yep. See, now it's lined up. And this one's flush.
And then
See, if you forget about that pin, you get nothing apart.
yeah. See that's the perfect example.
And then those are going on the sides. Yep, underneath.
Stop.
And so you might have to push on this side to get it out on the other side. Yep. A little more pressure. There we go. All right. Turn. Reorienting.
Hold up. This is.
Oh, now it tells you to push them in. Yeah. Hey, Joe, don't forget to push those in.
Don't forget.
That's the next step.
Easier said than done.
But you're not on the right angle. That's why you're not going to get. You have to push it in at the right angle.
There's 3 different axes there.
So we got Ryan and Joe. We're sitting here building the Technic Bugatti Chiron. If you guys are joining us, please say hi in the chat. Let us know who you are, what you're up to. We're just kind of going through here. Oh, new sub build. These are called sub models that we're building to put together. Nobody wants to say hi today. I'm kind of sad.
I get it.
One of these days, we're going to have 10 or 12 people on the stream. We're just going to have some fun.
Big Toe McGee.
Big toe? I thought it was broken toe.
Yeah, but it got big after.
Ah, swollen toe.
Swollen toe.
Swollen toe McGee. Oh.
Bunch of words I can't say on the stream.
Swollen toe.
Something else.
What? Look at.
What's up, swollen toe?
Not a very good tribe name.
Right?
Imagine talking to old man.
Oh, jeez. Don't worry, I'm part American Indian, and I'm not offended by that. I think it's hilarious.
Okay, I build it, and then it goes.
To this and
I did
this.
that. Sorry, you were
Wait,
behind.
oh, what? You poo-poo nanny head. Poo-poo, whatever they call it.
Okay, so here. Oh, this is the rack.
So it should line up right in
Think
front of
it's
those
right in
pieces
the
that I
middle?
just did. That looks like it, yeah.
Why is this? Did I do this
I think you
wrong?
did that wrong.
Yeah.
Those are two single lengths. I think you used a double.
Single,
Oh, wait, to
single.
attach.
And there's that.
Through this. Hold on, let me see. Crazy. You didn't put one on the back. There's one on the back that goes through. You put them on the wrong side.
Oh, okay.
Diddly dee.
See, I missed the.
Actually, it wasn't even that. You put this completely together wrong because you had this through the center. It's through the back. But that's okay, Joe. I forgive
There's
you.
2 of these. I see.
I forgive you, Joe.
Well, I couldn't find the other one, so I assumed it wasn't. But it was in your
Well, because I was trying to build it, Joe. There you go. How about that now?
Now it's.
Put that in your car and assemble it. And then you need 2 of these lovely brown pins that I can't find the other one of. So you must have already used them. Oh, no, it's over. Those are going in the hole right in front of that pin. Yep. Press it in, press it in. Next page. Okay.
What's the figure?
Boom. Need one of these guys, one of these, and one of these.
What's we got?
Why do these 2 pieces always seem to go together? Like every single build, like all the time. Why can't I just use a different piece? Just like have some fun with it. Okay?
That's the lowest piece count.
You want to have it? A penguin? This is fun.
Boom.
Nope.
Hey, wait. I'm not.
Yeah. This is the long end.
Oh,
It's the short end.
what?
See?
All right, now it's 3-6.
Oh, whatever.
I'm coming up, Joe. Coming up. All right, looks like then 2x4 is going across those.
You can be rude and check my phone.
Here's the bomb. Here goes the bomb. Hey! Don't touch the bomb.
Pin.
Okay, no. Let's blow. Let's blow there.
Hey, Chris, who's mom talking to? Just customers? Is mom just talking to? Okay, and a 9. Oh. Okay. I don't know why you had to whisper that, or felt the need to whisper that. It's like, all right.
Buckeye State.
Okay. That looks to be correct so far. Would you concur, Doctor?
That's looking better. Mo better.
Mo better. Mo better.
Down.
Other side. Oh, yeah, gotta finish it up, right?
Yeah.
What? Hey, put your hands up.
Hold on.
Hands
Hold
up.
on, I'll get those two.
Yep. I got him. The inner two.
I don't think we're gonna get to marry them today. I don't know.
Not
You
you.
can't rush
That.
the relationship. You gotta get it.
Ah, okay, now you get to put it together. That's all you. That's all you.
What is this?
Da 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 da.
You can't get us on the skateboard.
Can't get you on the skateboard. What?
You can't. Stop.
I think Dave got you on the skateboard. That's a weird. No, backwards. It looks like. 20. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yep. You're good.
this
Yep.
side
That way.
end,
That way.
This side end pointing.
Yep. And then opposite side. Then you got these two up on the front here, both sides. So let's see right here. Next page. Times 2. Is it this one?
Hey!
Hey. No, you need to put the other piece on, Joe.
I'm gonna do this one.
I know.
Okay,
This is supposed to go on the end. See?
Yeah, you do.
Hey!
It's kind of funny that
You got them both? You got the other one?
someone. And
Lots of pins. Yep. It's inverted orientation. There's 4. So you've got, right here.
there you go.
Remember you gotta remember you're upside down.
Yeah.
And then the 2
Yeah,
on the back
there.
Is that where you're good?
Yeah, there.
Yeah. Yep. That looks great. One for you. Your mirror build.
I know, but
Why?
it's-
Yours is on this side. Mine's on the other side.
still feels weird to me.
Yeah.
Look.
This goes from
This goes
there.
from here, but there's nothing.
It's like that.
Yeah, but is there supposed to be something here?
No, it should be flat. You're
But
just
there's a
pushing it
blue
flat.
pin there. Did we miss a blue pin? See it? I think there's supposed to be blue pins here. Yeah. Right there. See, boom, and then that, and then boom. And this is from in.
So
Laser beam.
oh, it's a double. Double.
There, that makes more sense. I was like, what? And that's supposed to be on the inside.
Yep, nope, you're good. You're good. That's right. And then this
This
is
is supposed to be.
it goes that way, and this one goes down that way. On the last three.
Okay.
Yep.
Good. Yep.
Okay. Okay. 2 long pins, 2 short pins. Long pins go in front. Short ones go up there. Excellent one. Little guys. Do we have an extra one of these?
Unless we didn't put it in there. Or it's attaches here.
There's nothing on here yet. I feel like we would have one of those extra, but not 2. That's strange.
The rest of this makes sense.
Let me try to go back through real quick. Make sure we didn't miss that anywhere.
There's 2 here.
No, just those 2, right? You got 2 of them in there? Yeah.
Yep. Those 2 there, these 2 here. Oh. Oh.
Do you have one on each side of that?
This one spins the wheels.
Because there's one back here too.
Yep, that's what we missed.
We missed it?
Somewhere in here. See that axle? Hold on, go back to that. Or go to where that's added in.
That's what I'm trying to understand. So that's opposite of this. So we're back there.
Did we have a 3 long? No. Because this isn't attaching to anything in this.
That's going that way. No, this was pin in.
That's
So it's
these
before
2.
this. It's before
That's
this.
these 2.
Right. We need the other side.
Because look, this is not.
That was when you put the dingleberry in.
So we got the one on the dingleberry. And then this is built wrong too because that.
How much it was? Yeah, you have to find out on some of the stores.
All right, we made a fatal error. We're not gonna be
But
able-
where's the axle supposed to attach to? On the
I
other
don't
side?
know because this is where the wheels. This
Unless it's just a piece that didn't get pushed all the way through all of that.
could be. See it there though?
Let's see.
See that? To that? So page 147. And then somewhere around here.
You know what though? I think that's just a spacer.
Yeah, because there's no like line this up with that. Step.
Well, that's also the steering box.
Right, but the steering, what is it attached? It doesn't attach to,
No, it doesn't attach to this at all.
because that's the motor. You don't want the motor in the steering.
Right.
Attached.
So what I'm saying though is I think it's just to keep
It's
this
just the spacer.
in line. I mean, you're still gonna want to put it in there. But as far as I can tell, there's nothing. So let's move forward and see if what that gets attached to when it gets married, if it does. So it's still that's this. That's back there. That's what we're. Yep. because the clutch is right there.
Okay, it's got to be.
It's opposite end of the clutch. So right there, it's hiding.
You can't see it, but that's where we join them together. It doesn't say to push anything.
So was there something on that side on that lower bar that we missed? Just to make sure. I don't think so.
No.
Because those were, I think those were the weird parts, weren't they?
Yeah, that's only the wheel.
So I think it's just a spacer to make it look like it's a drive.
Stop it from coming out. All right. Well, I will have to fix that, but I don't know what it goes to.
Yeah, because you definitely would not have those two attached. Because the front is a dead end too. Like, see the steering dead end's right there, right to the differential.
Yeah. Something's got to come back and attach on the top side. Here's the steering box. That's what's going to go on top of it and turn this.
Yes, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's kind of weird.
But I think it's just a placeholder.
Because it never shows anything lining up, and there's nothing here for it to line up with.
Right. I think it's just a placeholder.
Stop this from coming out. It very well could be.
The question is how easy is it going to be getting into?
Well, we gotta undo all.
This side.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's broken. Yeah, I've been messing with it. It's broken. It's missing something.
All right. I think we call it a.
Yeah, I was wondering if there's an easier way to remove
Well, it might be easier
with some pins
It might be easier
on the top.
this thing. This you can get out pretty easy.
All right. Well, anyway, so that's Ryan and Joe. We got through bag 4,
Yeah.
right?
Bag 4.
With one current issue that Joe's gonna have to take a look at and see. But we look at just a red Technic axle connector that looks to be
Got through 200 pages.
just for there. But yeah, we're halfway through the book.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're halfway done. So
We have another
4
book.
hours, whatever. Is there another book?
There's another book. It's a big one.
All right, so this is going to be like a 10-hour build. I didn't realize it was going to take that long.
Yeah.
And of course, we're talking in NBS and to do other things too, so it makes sense.
Making fun of David.
And making fun of David, Swollen and Toe over there. So thank you for watching us. For those of you who did, thank you for watching us after the fact. We also were testing out some mics.
Enjoyable thing to build too, because that's when I watch a lot of stuff.
Yeah, something that's fun. And like Kurt said earlier, he just had us on in the background and was laughing to us bickering and having fun over here, and it's fine too. We like to have fun. So as long as we're giving you guys some fun, I'm happy with it. And hopefully we sounded okay. We're actually using different mics in a different setup today, and we haven't had any complaints. But we'll take a look and double check later. And hopefully, we'll let you guys know what time and when we decide to do the part number 2 and see what happens. Who knows? Maybe we'll do it after hours. Have some fun after hours. Then we're not limited to time or anything.
That'll work.
So maybe we'll join you live from the brick bunker, Joe's brick bunker.
Do something.
Or maybe we'll just do it here. Who knows? We'll see. But thank you for watching us. Keep an eye out on our Facebook channel for our Facebook page, for those Clone Wars, Star Wars sets and some other ones that we haven't announced yet. There's going to be a lot coming out. And then also stay tuned to our Facebook page and YouTube channel for all those other future videos and little spots and stuff we might do. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to try to keep having some fun online and keeping everybody engaged. And maybe, just maybe, if we get enough viewers, we might have another contest.
Dun, dun, dun.
But we'll talk. So from us here at Bricks and Minifigs, you've got David hanging out over there. You've got Christopher, my son, Michael, my other little guy. He's been yapping half the time. Say goodbye, Michael. And then Dave, of course, Joe, thank you for joining us today.
It was fun.
And finally getting started on this crazy Bugatti.
It's been a minute. We talked about this back in April?
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about that. And then, of course, myself, Ryan. We're signing out from Bricks and Minifigs over here for today. We got some work to do. We only got another couple hours left before we close. So we will catch you guys later, and feel free to always call us, message us, or stop in. Just make sure you wear your masks. It is required for entry for anyone who's under 2 years old. And stay tuned because our new mech display scavenger hunt is going to be available in about a week and a half. We're just putting some final touches on it and getting it done. And if we get it sooner, we'll let you know. But here's the kicker. It is going to be for a prize. So you want to come in and get your scavenger hunts filled out and signed out, and then you get your raffle tickets put in the box because we want you guys to win something fun that you can build at home. And just remember, there's a lot of new sets coming out August 1st. So stay tuned. LEGO is going to be the only one that's going to have those for a while. We will not have any of the new sets till about, let's say, week 2, week 3 of August. And the same, as far as I know, goes for Walmarts and Targets and all the other stores out there. LEGO is kind of doing their own little exclusive of everything for 3 weeks. So if you are looking for one of those sets, those NES sets, the Super Mario sets that are coming out, any of the new Cities sets, Technic sets, and the like, you definitely want to check out lego.com first and foremost. They usually release around 11 o'clock Central Time, so you want to be on there early and get it done. Please take that out of your mouth now.
Okay, Dad.
And we will see you guys then. So thank you for joining us, and we'll talk to them. Have a good one,
Good night,
guys.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.